the vow.
Welcome. My mic unplugged, but I think I plugged it back in time. Zionism, a dangerous new trend or an omni-goated thing that we all should follow, okay? I'll give you a hint. It's the latter, okay? But if you disagree with me, you're welcome to share your opinion. Is it coming to a neighborhood near you? You'll have to ask your local APAC chapter, okay? Good to see you, K2. Good to see you, Abe Dinkus. Good to see you, Tyler. Good to see you, Nightbot, you filthy clanker. Good to see you, Lobster. And good to see you, Big Soda. This is part 2 of the Christian Zionist versus Christian anti-Zionist video. We didn't get very far into it, okay? Technically, we only got 4 minutes and 35 seconds into it, Loki. I thought it was longer until I just checked right now. That's okay, though. We're going to make good progress today. If you want to join the panel, you can click the link at the top. It's pinned in the chat. It's also in the description. And we have 3 people already here. We have K2. We have Big Soda, and we have the Indian Jesus. Oh, Savage Brothers, how's it going?
Confluence, which one of those 3 cards did you like the most? Or 4. I made Warlock. I made Warlock Fluence too.
I liked Warlock Fluence the best, okay? As you know I would.
It's about to be a whole ass game.
John Elden Ring. Wow.
Hey, John.
Everyone. It's John Elden Ring here.
Good to see you, John.
Back in time.
Oh no, $5 to show you Fluence. Hold on.
K2 has like a kink of like making me show his degrading cards of me.
Well, if I get cut out, I'm just sharing your links.
Lech is currently on hiatus. He's much like the Jewish people. He has no home right now. He is kicked out of his homeland, and he is in a diaspora. Okay.
Uh-oh. Hello, Mr. Indian Jesus.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
We got an early super chat. Very fitting for the Zionist show Jew Fluence, which to those uninformed, that might sound a little anti-Semitic. And then when you see it, it might seem more anti-Semitic. Okay? It sounds different. Where is Jew Fluence? Where'd you put him?
It should be with the whole Zionist evolution pack.
Is that not in the Clip It channel, or is that in general?
I didn't put it. I sent it to you. We're gonna lose him.
Oh, it's just me personally. Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for Big Soda to put the evolution because I didn't have the wording in it. I kept messing it up with the AI.
K2, after stream, I'll send you. There's a website that allows you to create your own cards. You just got to upload the picture. I'll send it to you in Discord.
All right, here is Jew Fluence. Wow, John Elden Ring, you look shockingly like someone else I know. I didn't think I'd meet two people on this panel with such wonderful hunter eyes. That's crazy. And yet here we are.
Don't scare John away from the panel.
I need
like you scared Keelan.
We like John.
Yeah, he's so much cooler than Keelan. He's got a way cooler name, John Elden Ring.
Not the fake hate crime attack.
This is Confluence, okay?
Oh, if you read the small print, it says flip a coin, 10 extra points if it lands on heads. On tails, it does 10 damage to self.
It does backfire a lot.
And then Jew shock is something extremely Jewish that shocks a country. I didn't make this for everyone watching YouTube, especially. I didn't make that. In fact, that was coerced to even show it. Okay, to be clear.
$5 is $5.
Good to see you, Brandon. Good to see you, Section 230 for the first time. New time chatter.
Yeah, soon me and K2 are gonna roll this out to all the kids of America.
Yeah, we just got to switch some of the small print naming because it still says Pokemon when you try to.
Yeah, we don't want to get sued.
You know what?
Yeah, we don't want to get sued.
Is if you like somehow made a fake booster pack and slipped a bunch of Confluence cards into it and like glued it up so that some kid at the store at like Walmart would like buy it and open it up and just get a pack of Conflu cards.
Well, let's be honest. All the adults have kind of pushed kids out of the Pokemon realm. All the scalpers and people waiting.
But they might think they got something super rare though, okay? They might be like, whoa, Jewfluence? What Pokemon's that?
There's a video going around where there's a guy just like fucking with the the packets, and some dude's like taking a video like, what are you doing? This is what for kids. And the guy goes, this isn't a kid's hobby anymore. You know that. Well, that attitude.
See, I feel like
the guy that deserves to get kicked in the nuts.
See, I brought this up with my in real life friends,
with
and everyone's against me. So I expect all of you will be against me. I don't know, like the scalping is bad, sure, but like there's a video of like some guy who's like went and just like grabbed a bunch off the shelf and he's going to buy it, and everyone's like harassing him. And I'm like, if I go into Walmart and I want to buy like all of this stuff on the shelf, I feel like I'm allowed to do that. But everyone, when I brought this up, everyone's
fucking nuts with steel toes. You deserve to get kicked in the nuts with steel
If I want to buy like all the screwdrivers Walmart has, who's going to stop me? Like, why is that? Why?
That's not the point. Nobody's saying it's illegal. Nobody's saying it's illegal. The point is that when you
it's illegal, I'm saying why is it bad?
Yeah, well, I'm about to tell you. So nobody's going to stop you. That's why I said it's not illegal. Nobody's going to physically stop you. The reason that it's bad is because it artificially inflates the value of whatever it is. And so whether it's concert tickets or Pokemon cards, if that has a value of $10 and then you buy out the whole thing and then resell it for $20, then you're just profiting off of somebody else's work.
But
we're becoming the boomers. We're becoming the boomers with the house market.
I just think you should blame like Walmart. Tell it like Walmart should, if they don't want that, they should have like a cap on how many like each person can purchase, just like they do in other places. Like when I go to the grocery store, they'll say you can only buy max of 5.
They do.
I think they do now.
They do, especially with the machines. If you watch any of Moist Critical's videos on this, because he's deep in this. And
I have the smallest
There was a video where there was something where there was a bunch of people waiting and there was a machine, and the dude with the camera walks up and goes right to the machine and starts a scuffle because like, we've been waiting here for an hour. And so I think there's a time limit on like a certain card or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm not fucking buying Pokemon cards because I'm not a scumbag or a child. But so do you feel the same way about concert tickets? That it's just no big deal that if I'm an artist and I say, okay, I want my fans to be able to see me for $10. And then somebody else comes up and buys all the tickets, like, nope, $1,000. So now that person is profiting off of me, and I'm getting less of the money that's spent, and also there's less people who can afford. Hold on, there's less people who can afford that. So the people that actually want to come see the concert aren't going to come see the concert.
Okay, 2 answers. First of all, at least in a lot of cities, I don't know about every city, but in my city, scalping is illegal. I just want to finish my thing. Scalping is actually illegal. Second of all, you can't use like 50 concert tickets. You can't use 50 concerts. You could buy, when someone's buying a bunch of Pokemon cards, maybe they're scalping, maybe they're just like really love Pokemon and they just like are an adult fan of Pokemon. They're just buying a bunch of Pokemon cards. So I feel like there's differences there. Yes, John Elden Ring?
So 50 Cent once bought a lot of tickets to a particular person's concert so that people couldn't sit in certain rows. Was that unethical?
I don't. What was his reason for doing this? I don't know. What was his?
We didn't like him. Who was it? Chris Brown or something?
No. It was the guy that 50 Cent had that early beef with.
The Game? Was it the Game?
No. Was it?
The
It could have
Game
been
is
the
such a
Game. It
better
could have been the
rapper.
Game.
The Game is like a legit hood rapper. Like a
You're so
rapper.
full of it.
No, I thought it was the guy that dissed Eminem.
Ever released.
That talked about Haley.
Wait,
But,
50 Cent does?
Yeah.
50 Cent has one of the greatest hip hop albums ever released.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
just- no.
he does.
No. 50 Cent? Come on, man. Which one? Which album?
Is it
Confluence
Get
is
Rich?
It's the same one that Many Men's on. Let me look it up.
Confluence is
Hey, man.
deflecting. He realizes it's not a good argument. Oh, let's talk about rap music.
Yeah. Get
Wait,
Rich or
that
Die
was-
Trying.
That was John
Confluence
Elden Ring.
deserves to get kicked in the
John
nuts with
Elden Ring.
steel toes.
Again,
Yeah.
if to go back to it, it is first of all, scalping again with a concert tickets is actually illegal. It's actually illegal to do it. At least in my city,
Okay,
in the
well, we're
last
not
city that I lived in.
Illegal.
We're not asking about legality. We're asking about your personal version of ethics.
Kick
Well, yeah,
Confluence in the
well,
nuts
that was
with
my
steel
second
toes.
thing. My second thing was one person cannot use 50 concert tickets. I could use 50 booster packs of Pokemon. I can enjoy 50 booster packs, right? So it's like there's no reason for you to possibly buy, 50 concert tickets for yourself. You would be then obviously scalping them. But when somebody's just buying a bunch of Pokemon cards, it's like you don't know if that guy is going to scalp them. He could just be buying a lot of Pokemon cards, and I think you have a right. It's a free fucking
Well,
country. I
we
think this
don't-
is fucking America.
We don't know if that drag queen
You are in
actually
Canada.
is trying to turn children. Maybe it's just a guy that likes wearing dresses and also wants to read to kids at the same time.
Really?
Confluence
You
is
think
a
that's
Canuck.
comparable?
It absolutely is equivalent. That equivalent to the arguments that you're making. You are
That's the
pedantic.
dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Hey, hold on,
saying that
Eddie
it
and
could be
Jesus.
someone.
Eddie and Jesus, do you know that Confluence wants to be a pretty little girl?
He
I got
does.
video recording
Disavow.
saying that too.
No, disavow. Mr. Elden Ring?
Yeah, I mean, part of the problem with buying up Pokemon cards is that the reason they're buying them is just so that they can inflate the market and make money. So it's almost fraudulent if you think about it.
Is that, I don't know, when I this is a stupid thing to bring up, but when I was young and I played Neopets, you guys ever heard Neopets? I would make a habit that if I found an item and you could use like the shop wizard, I don't know how many people play Neopets, but this thing called the shop wizard, you could see what it's selling for, and then you can refresh the page to see because it's sorted by username. And if there was an item and I was only being sold at the time by, let's say, 20 people, I would buy all 20 copies so I could inflate the price. That to me was that's like what child Confluence thought to do. It's like, hey, if I buy up all the things, I can sell it for a higher price. I didn't think I was doing anything untoward. I just saw a market opportunity. Okay, I got that capitalism in my fucking blood, man.
This sounds a little Jewish.
That's That's why I feel like you're being pedantic about it, because you're taking a certain subsect of what we're talking about that's not that bad and acting like that's everything. Oh boy!
Hey guys, how are you?
Well, hello,
We're
Ben.
talking about if it's unethical to
Shalom.
scalp things.
What do you
That's
think
called arbitrage. What you're talking about?
Arbitrage.
You
Scalping?
buy low and you sell high.
Yeah. Okay. See, is that inherently unethical? I would say no. Now, maybe in some contexts,
inherently.
but
But in
Knowing
the
that you're not really producing anything of value. You're just a middleman.
well, sure.
Jew.
But I mean, that's
and again,
well,
no.
I understand it's a little Jew coded, but
It's a,
Yeah, well,
a little.
Definitely Jew coded.
someone has to be of the merchant class, though, and I don't mean the Jews. I just mean like what value does Walmart add? They're the middleman, but
Yeah, that's
they're
true,
not,
they're
and they're
middlemen.
buying low, selling a bit higher. That's like every store, right? So if I just see myself as a store, a one-man store.
No, Walmart offers convenience on top of that. If
And
you
low
scalp
prices.
Pokemon
Yeah.
cards, you're not offering convenience. If anything, it's harder to get the Pokemon cards once you.
No, I'm
And
your
you're raising
one-stop
us right.
shop. You just
Walmart
have to go to
buys
me.
it.
You don't have to go to Walmart. You don't have to hunt around. If I have all the Pokemon cards,
It is though, because that's exactly the point, Confluence. That everything is being scoped out and bought out beforehand, so the kids who actually want to play this game are priced out. That's
Yeah.
the
I just
entire
think you
point.
shouldn't-
So I'm saying,
I think you
wait,
shouldn't blame the person that's buying it.
Confluence deserves to get kicked in
Can I
the nuts
just-
with steel-toe boots. I'm gonna keep saying
Can
that.
I don't buy these Pokemon cards. Okay?
I think, can I just land this plane? I think we'll all be on the same page. Obviously, it is not inherently wrong to buy a lot of a thing, even if it's all the things, if you have the money for whatever reason. Inherently, that is not wrong. But I think the Confluence, what you're trying to do is take that fact, that claim, that, oh, well, just buying a lot of things, and you're doing a bait and switch of what is actually happening, what we're actually talking about, where it's not good faith people. Maybe there is an adult here and there who is doing it in good faith, but this is a well-documented problem, specifically with trading card games and also with concert tickets. So acting like, well, maybe he just, okay, maybe that one guy does, but what about everybody else?
But we shouldn't be harassing people, I guess, based on this. It should be at the store level. Like, again, like Walmart should say you can only buy 5 packs per person. Every place should do that. You shouldn't, because there's videos of people like harassing some guy who's buying a bunch of them. And I think if Walmart is willing to sell me 100 of anything and I have the money, then I'm allowed to do that legally.
Right.
Then I feel like I shouldn't be harassed for it. Blame Walmart
Okay, so
for selling it.
So
Nah, I'm gonna harass you.
No, harass you. I like that.
do you see
Social pressure?
Confluence, do you see a difference between what you just said about if there's, you go into Walmart, there's a difference between that and purposely trying to buy those things so that other people can't have them at that price and reselling them? Is it the same thing? I'm not asking if it's wrong. I'm asking if it's the same thing.
No, I'm saying my point is it's an unknowability if the person's doing that. So you shouldn't harass people just because they're buying a lot of one product.
Whoa. Nobody said harass anybody. We're just talking about the ethics of it. John, you just got to jump in on this panel. Just go, brother. Ain't nobody gonna stop.
Yeah, I've had my hand up for a while. This is John Eldering.
You gotta jump in.
I would just like to say, Confluence, and I think we should harass people for this. Not like hurt them, but harass them. Because they are like reversing the benefit of these big box stores, right? Walmart might actually be reducing the prices of the products that they sell because they buy them in bulk and distribute them in the way that they do.
That's exactly.
How can a scalper do that? It's like the reverse of that. It's like, I'm going to concentrate the product to me, and then you have to find me.
My point is, you don't know if it's a scalper, though. It could. There's got to be. We know there's people that buy like Funko Pops, which is like a super gay thing to collect.
You're one of those people, I heard.
We don't know if any one specific example is a scalper. That's not what anybody's saying. What we are all saying is
we should harass them.
Yeah, we should harass scalpers.
I specifically have articulated that I'm not talking about harassing anybody. I'm going to say it again. I'm not talking about harassing any.
Crowd, okay?
I'm not talking about harassing anyone. I'm talking about the ethics of the conversation that we are having. So stop going back to harassing people. I'm not talking about harassing people. I'm talking about the ethics of purposely doing that. So I'm asking you, Confluence.
The question is ethical to scalp. I'm not saying that.
Okay, but the question to you, Confluence, is we have two situations, and I want to know if you think they're different. Situation A is what you presented, that you go to Walmart and there's a lot of a thing, and you have got enough money, whether or not it's all. If you want to buy all the stuff that's there, then you can buy all the stuff that's there. That's situation A. Situation B is a pattern of people who are explicitly doing that with the express intention to change the market. I'm not asking right. Are those the same situations or are they different situations?
Yeah, obviously they're different.
Okay, so then stop using the first situation when I'm talking about the second situation.
You're not the only one here, Lach. Keelan just said we should harass people, so I'm responding to it's fair for me to bring up harassment.
You're misrepresenting me, Confluence. You said I said we should harass people, and that is technically true. However, I was meaning we should harass scalpers. And I do think we should also harass people who are just buying large amounts of cards in general, because that represents a hoarding. That represents a hoarding of wealth. A hoarding of wealth. And I think we should be against hoarding wealth. How many Audis
do you own, John Elden Ring? I'm curious. How many?
One very broken one.
And how many? And how many are you buying with the express purpose of making sure that other people can't buy Audis and that you can benefit profit off of Audi's work?
Lutch, we're on the same side. Why are you fucking doing
I know.
This?
I'm asking you that question.
Oh my god. Fine. 20 last year. Sue
it's a small fraction of the total number.
20 Audis. That's too many Audis. Why are you yawning so much? Have you been up like for 5 days? You've yawned like 10 times in the past 2 minutes.
Who,
I'm counting. Yeah.
I'm for the steel toe.
Oh, did I? I got a lot of sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, I say fuck the consumer. You got to make your money however you can. I don't even think it's a problem with smugglers and coyotes and stuff like that. You got to make a living.
Wait, don't the coyotes? Don't they do the human trafficking? That one's good.
Hold on, I have to agree that I don't think there's a problem with smugglers like of goods, but people, that's different. Like that's human trafficking, that's bad. But of goods, I don't.
Well, they want to go from point A to point B. So
if you're buying a person, is it worse to buy people in bulk so that the price of people goes up?
Ben, I guess I should say my issue is more with when they like are sexually trafficked, like selling them in a slave trade or sex trade. That's what I take quite a bit.
A lot of that stuff's bullshit. A lot of those girls, they love it, and then they cry about it when it doesn't work out. You know.
Yeah.
You don't think a lot of those girls at the Diddy
maybe one
parties
more time
wanted
for
to be
safe
there?
measure.
Do you not think a lot of those girls at the Diddy party wanted to be there, take drugs, and have sex and make money?
Well, I don't think they were smuggled. I don't think they're smuggled.
Well,
I mean,
like my daughter was invited.
Is like a sketchy term that's applied in like a lot of loose ways.
Yeah, my daughter was invited down to Florida to this famous rich guy named I forget his name, but this streamer guy. He's like, "Oh, I'll fly you down to Florida," and she's like, "Well, what are we gonna do?" And he's like, "You want to know?" And she's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I was gonna take you out shopping, have some dinner, and then have sex with you." Okay, so is that human trafficking? Technically, it is. If she said yes, would she be a victim?
No, that's not.
Yeah,
I think
it is flying someone interstate for the express purpose of having sex with them.
no, but there has to be a financial
You
transaction.
can argue it.
There has to be a financial transaction. Just going out shopping.
Yeah, shopping and dinner.
Right, so if it was just money, then yes, you'd be correct. But if we're saying I'm going to fly,
he's going to pay for the ticket, pay for the shopping, pay for the dinner in return for sex. It's like basically prostitution.
That's kind of a quid pro quo.
If she did it, she wouldn't be a victim.
I agree with you on the principle. I'm talking about. I'm talking about the law itself. I agree with you on the principle. I'm saying that the difference between flying somebody out and going shopping versus I will pay you to come out is what the law dictates.
They'd prosecute him if she didn't have a good enough time. They'd prosecute, and she wanted to say I'm a victim of human trafficking.
I mean, I think that's what they were trying to get Diddy on. I don't think it was always just like money, but because they were being paid and across state or not paid, because they were receiving something across state lines. Yeah. That it was seen as a quid pro quo because it was some exchange for sex, even if it wasn't directly.
Too. It's like.
Can I ask Ben Thorpe a question? At what point do you have an issue with sex trafficking?
If you got a gun to your head and shackles, I got no problem with saying that should be a crime. But like,
if they had no problem.
If some rich, have you ever heard these? Have you ever heard these Epstein stories? Okay, so. He gets someone to go, hey, this rich guy wants a massage for $200 cash from some 15-year-old in Florida in a trailer. Okay, she doesn't know that that's a little sus. She does.
I mean, she's 15 now. She's 15.
You think that's normal? Like 200, some guy, you have no massage training whatsoever. Like, come on. These girls know that's sus. Okay, but I'm go
just
there.
That the younger the girl is, I think the
or
more
16
we can.
Or so let's say she's 16, 17. Okay. She goes there. He flips around and says, like, what's up? Right. Okay. She can leave. There was no gun to her head. Then you hear, oh, and then she came back and back and back, was on the island, the ranch, the this, the that. Like, you only get one time where you can act surprised. And even then it's bullshit.
I get what you're saying. That probably someone of that age probably has an idea of what's going on, but I still think procuring a minor for the purposes of sex for pay should probably be illegal.
Well, I mean, I do think it was a massage, and then he would flip around, kind of like,
yeah.
So and I'm gonna finish. You know, I mean, if she said no, I think
pretty illegal.
To Ben's point, when all the Andrew Tate stuff was going around, they were saying that, he was call it HT because, YouTube's on some bullshit. Somebody should ask me about that. And when I understood that it's under the lover boy method. I'm like, what do you mean the lover? That's a very, very different thing than, what Ben was saying, like shackles and a gun to your head. Like, that's a very different thing. I don't think that should be illegal. It is technically what that is.
I don't know. It's
fraud. If you say I'm going to marry you, I'm going to marry you and get here. I get how that's fraud.
Thing. Yeah.
But if you just say, Yeah, I mean, I really do think if you guys don't realize this, 99.99% of these sexual assaults, it's not gun to the head. There are those things that happen, gun to the head, knock you out with a 2x4, but 99.99% of it is just bullshit.
Grace, your mic's echoing a bit.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
I don't know why.
Whoa. Gotta put it on mix minus. Better?
So I guess
Your camera
yeah,
looks
that's
weird.
better.
I have my fisheye camera.
Ben Thorpe, I would question, like, how do you determine they're bullshit?
Well, if something happened to you that you didn't like, and then you went back for more, you're not a victim the second time. Fool me once, shame on you.
So,
Fool me
okay,
twice,
can I test
shame
that?
on me.
Can I test that theory or that line, whatever you want to call it? So,
Absolutely.
would you consider that the same for like actual physical DV, like a husband beats
Absolutely.
her
One
shit?
time you get the cops.
She-
One time
and
after
so
that,
she's
it's on
not
you,
being-
bitch.
I just want to make sure you're saying she is not being abused if he beats the shit out of her. Let's say he kills her because she went back.
Yeah.
If
definitely.
she wants to take that risk, that's on her. I don't think it's
Isn't
on
that kind of-
society protected
I don't-
from her own stupidity.
I don't want to be kind of like woke here, but I really think this is super woke. But don't you think that people can kind of become a bit entrapped in, like, emotionally? Like, you know, like, I feel like emotional manipulation is, yeah, it's not a gun to the head, but I feel like you could still coerce somebody pretty strongly, right? I think we see examples of this all the time.
Confluence, that's what human life is. It's like people trying to coerce other people into doing things.
Right, but if the
I-
coercion
what
is
isn't
tied
that?
to domestic violence, right, then it's like that's. I mean,
How
that's,
do you coerce someone who doesn't want to get hit by you to come back and get hit by you?
I think. I mean,
Because
you
they
know,
like it.
I mean, Ben,
They
you can relate.
like
I don't know about
conflict.
that.
They
They might
it.
like you.
break
They might
down-
like you.
I'll tell you,
Like
Ben.
it.
You break
Do you know
down.
why they like it? Do you know why they like it? Let me tell you why they like it. A lot of these women, they don't feel like anyone pays them attention. So they'll take negative attention over no attention.
Right.
So that's their choice.
Okay, it's
They take the risk.
That is their choice, but that. So then, okay. Again, I'm just trying to keep the logic in place. So if we're talking about somebody who has some type of addiction that they will die if they don't at least tamper off. But if they don't take their
Taper.
if they don't taper off. Is that what I said?
You said tamper.
You did,
Oh,
but
you know what the fuck I meant. If they don't taper off, whatever.
Well, it's America. You got to learn English. You could be the Indian Jesus, but you got to be the English-speaking Indian Jesus.
All right. So are we? Are you trying to? Because I'm trying to tie the connection between the emotional thing of the relationship and the physical dependence of a drug. Do we at least agree that aside, like, yes, people have the choice to take drugs, but if you are in the throes of addiction, then that is not the same kind of just.
If you kill yourself with drugs, fuck you. I don't know.
It's
your
the
shit.
agency
Sure, I'm not
argument, right?
asking-
You
I'm
are
not asking-
lacking.
I'm not
You have
asking
less
for your-
agency.
I'm not asking for your emotional.
I mean, should we
Okay.
Narcan someone? Yeah, okay, sure.
I'm asking if you believe that addiction is different than the addiction that I'm loosely using that term as the relationship.
Technically speaking, addiction is a physical dependency. So, like when people say you could get addicted to porn, that's not technically true. But I know what you're saying. In a colloquial sense,
right?
If you're addicted to something, that's your fault.
Right. I'm not. That's not the question. That's not the question.
What about crack
The
babies?
question is at that point, if you are
Crack babies are crawling around getting crack from crack dealers. That's on them.
So that's the point. So let's say we have somebody who's on crack, and they are obviously, yes, the constant choice to make their
freedom is limited. I agree, their freedom is limited once they become addicts, but they become addicts presumably by their own choice.
Sure, I'm separating the choice to go down the road and the choices you make once you're on that road.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, there's a difference.
So it's different, and so I'm agreeing with you that it's your choice to go. If you're in a abusive relationship and you're a woman and you go back to the guy, that is a choice in the same way that picking up a drug that you're addicted to is a choice. But it's not the same kind of choice as just, well, I'm going to go with this guy who beats women. There's more to it. No?
What more is there to it? They like
the emotional attachment. Why do you think people get addicted to drugs? Because it's a physiological thing that happens in their mind.
Yeah, well, some women get a high from danger. Yeah, like watch any woman's movie. They get off on danger.
Why is it different then? For
fuck the drug addicts and fuck these women.
Again, I'm not asking for your emotional opinion on these people. I'm asking about the principle that you're contradicting yourself, or maybe not contradicting.
I don't even know what you're talking about. People can do things that are stupid.
Correct.
If they're an adult and they do things that are stupid, I don't think society owes them a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, but I think people have an obligation not to predate on people that are like doing like self-harming things, right? So I think two things can be true. You have a personal responsibility, but you also shouldn't predate.
Let's say for every woman who, you think, I don't think this is true. There are women who like violent men, and there are violent men. There are actually, I think, less violent men available. There's less supply for the demand of women who want violent men. So, I don't know. How is someone a victim if the two of you both want to do this?
Ben Thorpe, I have a question. So I understand your logic. I don't think you're giving an emotional take. I think it's pretty logical, actually. But we're kind of cutting this off at adulthood, right? Like, we're not considering what led to these circumstances. So what do you think about the circumstances that led to this? Like, as kids, these certain things happen. How do we solve the issue before it becomes an
That's
issue?
like, well, Jeff Dahmer had a rough childhood, whatever. His dad wasn't there for him. Fuck that. You can't factor that shit in.
You don't think that your childhood has an effect on your adulthood?
I think it does have an effect, but I think every childhood is
okay. But I don't think, unless I misheard, I don't think John was saying we should absolve people of responsibility.
The problem in our society, let me tell you something. The problem in our society is we go, people have mental illnesses, right? And so we go, well, that's an illness, like they caught it. But then when it comes down time in the criminal system, we don't give a fuck about your mental illnesses. And mental illness
absolutely
never factors in.
What does NGRI stand for, Ben? What does NGRI stand for in the court of law? What does NGRI stand for?
Yeah, Ben's right. Wait.
Can I get an answer to that question? Can I get an answer to that question?
No, you're saying stupid shit, Lutch. Let the people that know what the fuck they're talking about talk, you dumb fuck.
Oh, so okay, then you tell me what NGRI means.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what your goddamn acronym means. You're saying stupid shit.
Not guilty by reason of insanity. You just said that we don't take mental health. You just said that we don't take mental health into the court of law, and we
show how I'm educated.
You said we don't, and we do.
Look up the stats.
You said we don't, and we do. You said we don't take it into account, and we do.
Never works.
We're getting lost in the sauce.
You keep moving the goalpost. You said we don't take that into account. Can you admit that you were wrong when you said you do? We do not take that into account.
We almost never do. It's so rare.
Okay, almost never is not never, is it?
0.2 to 0.
The guy that shot up that movie theater didn't get insanity.
0.2 to 0.5%.
So it is taken into account in the court of law.
Is it taken into account? It's irrelevant. It's so small. It's irrelevant.
Oh my god,
it's irrelevant. Yeah.
This isn't the question I was asking.
You're not very good at a line of logic. I didn't ask you if there's a lot of people.
Good at whatever the fuck it is.
Holy shit!
You know what? You're really good at like sounding like a shrill woman.
You made a statement that was incorrect.
If you took some testosterone, your testicles would drop, and then you might sound a little less like a shrill fucking woman when you do your talking. It's really fucking obnoxious.
Look, one at a time.
The Indian Jesus. I could say you're never going to get laid with a haircut like that. Now, could you ever? Yeah. But I don't think you're going to.
Okay, so that's a different statement than saying I could not be laid with hair like this, correct?
So we're getting
right. Why don't you get going on with the questions? Please answer the question. That's a different statement than what you said, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so just like it's only 0.02% that they take insanity into account, thank God. That is something relevant. That is something relevant. I'm going to keep going when you talk over me. I'm going to just keep going and going and going and going.
No, because it's not relevant. 0.2% is not relevant.
What you said was that they do not take it into account. You said they do not take it into account, and you just looked up that in 0.02 cases, they do take it into account. Or rather, it's more than that. That's only when it's actually implemented. But they test.
Yeah, it's implemented less than 1% of the time.
There's a story right now.
Let me ask you this. Take it easy. Let me ask you this: do you think Jeff Dahmer was mentally ill?
Yes.
Okay. Did they give a fuck? No. Do you think
Yes.
BTK was mentally ill?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Did they give a
missing the
fuck?
point.
And I still believe they should be.
And we could go down
punished.
the list.
That's not the
Now,
question.
You could say
that's why
you
you're
could
confused
say
because
they
that's
should take
not
that
what I'm
into account,
talking about.
But they don't.
Hey,
they don't take
That's
it.
not what I'm talking about, dude.
Hey
If you
guys, this
listen
is
better,
John Elden Ring here. I just wanted to say I was talking about like solving the root cause, not solving the symptoms, which we're talking about solving the symptoms.
So this entire time, you have no idea what you've been talking about. I was trying to get you to understand what John was saying. Not that we should absolve these people.
It
but
was
that's
a simple
irrelevant.
point that it's interesting
I'm saying
that
in
when
our
people
that it
talk
was-
about
that
No,
it
mental
my
illness.
point is that our society is conflicting here. Because
Okay,
on the
that's
one
a
hand, we
different thing than what you
say,
said.
oh,
Say
we
what you
should
mean,
take
and mean what
into
you say,
account
baby.
people's childhoods and all this
Shut
blah,
the
blah, blah.
fuck up.
Like in the educational system.
God.
I give you a test, I give you twice as long to take the test. He's special needs, blah, blah, blah. But then in the real world, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
largely
Ben,
about
that's
this.
not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. I wasn't trying to say
So
like we
I
should
think it's
give...
incoherent. Like we have an incoherent
Right,
Yeah,
because
I
you don't
understand
understand
that.
what's being said.
I understand your point of view, but
That's your
that's
point.
not what I was talking about. I was more talking about like these childhood traumas lead to
Yeah.
these situations where people do bad things. How do we solve the childhood traumas? Not do we absolve them because of the childhood
Yeah, you know what a
traumas?
childhood trauma is? Do you know what a trauma is? This word is very watch it. Keep an ear out for how much this word is used. Do you know what a trauma is? How would you define it?
I would think like a severe event. I'm wondering how you would define it.
No, it's not. It's a severe event. It's something that you see negatively that you have not processed. So people have, like when I was a kid, I almost died from my intestines stopped working. There's no trauma. They just fixed it and I survived. I had Eastern equine encephalitis from a mosquito. Most people who get it get brain damage or get killed. I got smarter. Now, did I have a trauma from it? The mosquito? No. It's not the severity of what happens. It's the fact that you think something happened and you haven't processed it. And usually there's a lie involved. You are lying about something. So,
Okay.
For example,
that's why I do agree that these traumas feed. Look at Palestine. The trauma in Europe now feeds the trauma in Palestine because they didn't process why what happened in Europe happened in Europe. And I'm not going to get into that for the sake of Confluence's channel here. But there were reasons. And you can't just say I'm a pure victim or you're going to create pure victims.
Yeah. So that doesn't answer my question.
It does answer the question, but you don't understand the answer. It answers it, but you don't understand the answer.
Anson, let me finish.
Well, no, you just don't understand.
I appreciate
It's his question. What do you mean he doesn't understand? It's his question.
How
Ben
can you say
answered
that
a
doesn't
different
answer his
question
question?
3 times.
It answered the fucking question. He's just being
No,
a retard.
he didn't. He answered a different
Shut
question.
the fuck up. Nobody's talking to the Indians
Sorry.
right now, all right? If
Sorry.
we need a wigwam or something, we'll come and talk to you, all right?
You ain't that kind of Indian. He's a
not
dot
that
head.
Indian.
Not
You failed at being racist to an Indian. That is so fucking pathetic.
He's joking
Indians
with
are
you.
sorry for your
to be racist about.
Joking
You
with
failed.
Please
joking.
remain on the line. We are very sorry for your trouble.
I
I
understand
have to
your
apologize.
inconvenience.
I have to apologize to 2 people for being imprecise. Anson, I don't think he misunderstood my question. That was my fault with the words I used. Ben, I was more meaning like you still didn't answer. Like, how do we prevent these traumas? Whether you agree that they're lied about or not, how do we prevent these from affecting?
You got
people later
to
in life?
process the trauma.
You have to. So how do we get people to do that?
I mean, they gotta want to stop.
It's not
their
a we
life up.
thing. It's not a we thing. It's the individual having to figure out their own fucking shit. It's not other people's responsibility to process your trauma for you.
Yeah.
But I guess
about
I'm
kids?
curious.
People can
Ben,
be
do you-
helpful, but
do you not see like an ethical, like again with the legal stuff? Yeah, that's really hard to change the legality based on someone's childhood trauma. But from an ethical point of view, like for you personally, if you knew that someone's making this decision because of trauma, let's say you know this, you're not going to be charged with it. You just know this. Would you behave differently? Let's say knowing that they're doing an action that they wouldn't otherwise do unless they had like this fucked up life, whatever it was.
Grace has been playing out her trauma on me for 7.5 years, and I think we just cracked it.
Yeah.
You have to have someone who really loves you, who's going to be willing to like help you through what you perceive as a trauma.
You do. I put him through shit.
Unless you're going to do it yourself, but
But would you treat someone? Would you like again if you met someone that was going through a lot of trauma? Would you take that into account and adjust your more like let's say you meet a woman you're
stuff because of trauma.
But my point is trauma I think is a lie. A trauma is a lie. That has some attachment to some event that they see where basically I would say see it religiously where they're saying God fucked me in the ass, right? Like so God failed me and so therefore I'm a victim in life. Because as a Christian, you really can't say God failed you. God only, every hair of your head is numbered. So if you're saying God failed me in this event, you're going to act like a victim because you see yourself as a victim. And it's understandable for young people, but I think when you get into your mid-20s, like I would say this person is lost in the victim mentality and I can help them by finding them a bridge nearby.
Yeah. So, Ben, do you remember the time that you became an adult? For me, it was when I realized that other people didn't owe me shit and I had to take care of my own shit. That's basically what you're talking about. The self-ownership aspect of adulthood when you become an actual man instead of being a teenager.
I think when I went to college, that's what happened to me. But there were unresolved traumas, but I suffered from them until I was in my 40s and then I finally worked it out. Yeah. But I didn't ask anyone to... that was my unresolved, stuff. So I think if you, like, for example, my mother rejected me. So I was attracted to women who were angry. And I accidentally got one pregnant and then married her and had 6 kids. And I just got finished with 24 years of torture. But that's my fault. So.
Right. But just everything
wait, can I just ask you a question? If somebody breaks into your house and threatens you and steals your stuff, do you care if it was because they had experienced trauma?
No, of course not. But that's not what I'm asking. Like I'm more asking like in a situation where and like if you're like I guess the easy example is you meet someone and you're the kind of person who's going to do a one-night stand. But let's say this girl is like I don't know. Let's say you, for some reason, know she was abused since she was young. She had a bunch of terrible stuff happen, and she's
of course she's having one-night stands. Yeah, all of them.
Right, and so would you not feel? Would you treat that differently than let's say you meet someone, they have full agency, and they're like, yeah, I want to have a one-night stand. You think both are maybe fucked up, but you think one is like doing something that's like coming from a bad place.
Everybody already knows that the girls who have one-night stands and are slutty have trauma. That's why they have one-night stands.
There's different levels, I guess. There's different levels of trauma, I think, right? Like
Confluence. I don't really agree with Ben on this, even though I can see his logic. But I do think the person who has trauma does have agency. It's just harder for them to make the right decision.
I think there's a degree of trauma that can make you lack agency. I'm not saying just because you're traumatized, you don't have agency. I think
if
that's
you're going to have one night stand, have it
low expectation
with someone who's totally traumatized, because then you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It's like the drug addict stuff. It's like you can be a drug addict who has agency, but being a drug addict is something that is usually limiting your agency to some extent, right? You're going to make decisions that you wouldn't if you didn't have that you wouldn't make otherwise, but because
different.
of the addiction.
True, but if you got into the addiction, it's your fucking fault to begin with.
Drugs are mind altering in a lot of cases.
Yeah,
that's like saying
so is trauma.
That's
are you
like
kidding
saying
me?
if a woman gets drunk with you at a bar, and then later on in the night you go to, get with her and, she's not fully consenting. Well, she got drunk with you. That's basically a way of saying like, I'm not really taking good care of my brain, right? It's kind of
yeah. I guess my question for you, Confluence, would be at what point is it trauma giving them a lack of agency versus like just how their surroundings have made them the person that they are?
It's something that you wouldn't necessarily know, I guess, if you just met someone. I guess I'm asking hypothetical. If you did know that this person has like, I don't know, like let's say they're like a known, like that girl escaped from South Korea that everyone thinks is lying. Okay, like she's been through some shit. She comes to America and she like tries to go crazy, and she's like, I feel like I wouldn't have sex with that person because I think like you just got out of this crazy situation. You're like not in like a good mental state right now. I'd probably wait. Or if I found out someone's a girl and she's like, my dad just died yesterday. Do you want to fuck? I'd be like, no, like I don't know if you're thinking straight.
Yeah, I want to press on that.
I think that's sus as fuck. That's sus as fuck.
I want to press on that. I don't know if like you're saying that because they have a lack of agency. It might be the optics part of it, like how are you taking advantage? How are you taking advantage of someone? How does their trauma play into them making a bad decision in this case, like a drug would cause someone to make a bad decision, is what I want to understand.
Well, what do you mean? Like, I mean, like if someone, let's say if someone, an example of the person who's like dad just died, right? They're probably, that has mind altering effects. If you like, grief is like a real thing that changes your mind. So in the same, so I don't know if you can accept the drug thing. I don't know why you couldn't accept that. And it's not just optics. I would feel bad because I'd be thinking, would this girl be having sex in this way if it wasn't for this like grief that she's going through? And if the answer would be no, she's doing it because of the grief, then I feel like it's something a bit untoward about that.
Obviously, nobody would have sex with you unless they were going through something. So.
A mile away, Grace.
Okay, man, I tried to bridge the gap, man.
Can I quickly say something to Confluence?
Yeah.
I understand. I don't even have to say this. I wouldn't have sex with a girl whose dad just died, obviously. But I'm wondering is like how do we make that determination objective rather than subjective? Because you're saying you would look at it in this way. How do we make that?
Why not? What if she really just wanted to?
I don't think we can. I don't think we can make it objective. I think morality at that level is like it's like the whole predation thing in general. I think you kind of know if you're like slightly predating on someone, and if you
what you're saying,
I think
what you guys are saying is
measure it.
You guys are saying it's wrong to have a penis. That's ultimately what you're saying. Because none of you would say John wouldn't say that.
Yeah, bro. You got it. Big brain here.
John wouldn't say if a woman had sex with him and his dad just died, she's taking advantage of him. No one's going to say that, right?
I would.
Yeah, I don't know my dad.
You would not say that.
I don't know my dad. Why'd you bring that up?
I would so.
I'm your father.
He's got daddy issues. That's why he's so feminine.
Come on.
I understand that males and females are obviously different, but I would still, it depends on the guy. If it's a guy who's like if it's a guy who'd have fuck anything, then I wouldn't really. But if it was someone like Keelan who prides himself on his chasteness, for example, right? Then it's like I wouldn't, then I would be kind of like, okay, I think that woman is taking advantage of
by nature. We want to.
I think we should. Yeah, we chase the women. We pin them down, right? We make them ours.
I think we should probably overcome some of those.
Yeah, they do.
I think both sexes should overcome some of that, right? I think that's the.
Why would you overcome your nature? That's stupid.
I was even quoting you, Ben, weirdly enough, the other day, because I think you were I think it was you at least that was saying that you see sin as like a sickness that needs to have like healing.
That's Anna Cramling, Confluence.
You have I thought you had a printed a photo.
It just popped up in my feed, and I'm like, Anna Cramling, got to show Confluence.
You should be.
I always love seeing Anna Cramling.
So can I try to bridge the gap here? Because I think that we're conflating two ideas. And so this comes from, I don't remember where it was, but it was someone trying to argue like for maps and PDFs and stuff like that. And there was someone obviously defending that we should lock these people up. The person was on their side saying, "Oh, this is just how their brain works." Typically, what you would expect. And the other person was saying, even if that is the case, even if at some point we determine that being a PDF is exactly the same as having BPD or whatever, that still doesn't.
It is mental illness. Pedophilia
right,
is mental illness.
That doesn't mean that we as a society can let you operate as your brain wants you to in society, while also understanding that it's not it's not at the same level of agency of somebody else who just decided to do it. Can we establish we can also? So basically, obviously, I'm not for a PDF, but let's say
why not? Why not for a PDF?
Because we'll start small and we can build up to that because there's more nuance there. So let's start small with the basic. Oh, he stole a loaf of bread because he needed to feed his family. We can all understand.
So stealing is foreplay. And the real deal is pedophilia.
Please,
I'm down.
Stealing a loaf of bread to feed the family. So we can understand that as humans, that is not necessarily a moral faux pas that you needed to feed your family. And I mean, maybe you can, but that's a debate that we can have. The other debate is whether or not that person deserves to go to jail. And regardless of what the first debate is, if they committed the crime, then they do go to jail or get whatever it is. They are prosecuted for that crime. So all I'm trying to establish is that we're conflating two different things. On one, should we care or should we as humans have any compassion for that? Or B, should there be legal consequences? And those are two different conversations.
Do you watch a lot of Destiny by any chance?
What was that?
You're not even making a point.
What's I personally have never watched any Destiny.
A lot of yapping.
Good for you.
Oh.
You don't understand. Lock them up, but don't feel bad. That's the point. If I put it that
someone
simply,
is stealing food because they have no other alternative.
Then they still get the
mental illness, though. It's not a mental illness.
I'm not. No. It's an even more base principle. It's even. I'm bringing. You're not understanding.
Yeah, you can take situations into account. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so all I'm saying is that if you see somebody who stole a loaf of bread to feed their starving family, then you as a human could have an understanding. And
that's not mental illness. We're talking about mental illness.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. Yep.
If I cut your hair because I just
I'll let you get there. I'll let you get there. $10. $10 because they will never be able to get to the bottom of this point.
Well, why don't we just stick with mental illness?
Because you're too stupid to figure out what I'm saying about it. That's why. Because I'm trying to explain that, and it's going over your head, and you're answering different questions. That's why. So I'm trying to bring it down to something that's under
my head. It doesn't make any sense. You're saying should mental illness be taken into account?
It doesn't make any sense because you're stupid. It makes perfect sense. Roll it back. There are two different things. Point A, if somebody steals something, that is wrong. Point B, if you have a family that is starving, then we as humans can understand why you might steal.
Stealing something in that situation is not wrong.
Okay, as I said, that could be debated. The second part of whether or not that person broke a law is not up for debate, correct?
You're talking about molesting kids? The second one? Sure.
Regardless of the circumstances, there is no reason that we would not prosecute that person for molesting kids. Correct?
Yeah, if you said I'm really horny and that kid was really hot, it shouldn't matter.
Okay. So that's exactly what I'm saying. Those are two different conversations.
I'm saying it doesn't matter legally. It's not going to matter if you go, well, she was teasing me. If she was 8 years old.
Although it may be a valid moral defense.
I think the point is
she may have.
That is a perfect straw man. That's a cheers to that straw man, brother. You could not have done that.
Okay, ease off on the coffee, buddy.
Is that decaf, I hope?
It's alcohol, baby.
You guys see that case where that guy had sex with the cat and his defense was that the cat was acting slutty?
No, but that's
but I did see the lady who works at I'm not sure if it was a kid. She worked with kids, but did a 20-minute video on TikTok about how she feels sexually attracted to her 4-year-old son. Yep, I heard about that.
Yeah, I mean the problem with if you have a mental illness, you should avoid if you have that particular predilection, you should avoid kids. And so
yeah, probably.
If you're like, I have this mental illness, but I work at a daycare center or elementary school, like that's on you.
I guess Ben, I have a question. So like, we're talking a lot about how to prosecute people who do these things, how to deal with people who do these things, but we don't really talk about how to prevent people from doing these things in the first place. Do you just subscribe to the notion that we can't prevent people from doing these things?
Yes, John. I'm of the opinion that sin is a reality of human life, as is every other human being on earth.
And you don't think there's any way to reduce that?
To create a perfect utopia? No.
Well, not even that. Just reduce the amount of sin that people
Not really. No.
Are you a nihilist?
I'm a realist. I don't believe that.
Okay, John Mearsheimer.
Hold on. You can't say there's no way to reduce the amount of sin people commit, especially when it comes to crimes, right?
Oh, it's John Zerka.
Well,
I don't know about that. I don't think there is. Like, human nature is
crazy, bro.
I mean, obviously, if you're a parent, you should try to raise your kids well. If you work at a job, you should try to work at the job honestly. But like, what are we as a society going to do? Like, less is more. The idea of creating utopias has been one disaster after the next. Look at the Marxists. Look at the National Socialists. Look at the eugenics programs. Like, they're all disasters. People sin, you know. Who cares?
Do we stop them when they
Wait,
do?
but the wait. This is what I was
Yeah,
saying
of course.
before, Ben. I think it was you that was saying that the whole point of like Christianity, right, is to heal the sickness that is sin. So shouldn't we be
Personally, not the sickness of the world. No.
Great.
I have
you
a
don't think
question
that we should
for
be
Ben.
okay? Well, that's interesting. So personally, but you don't think that we should be trying to facilitate? I understand how the roads to hell are paved with good intentions, but
No, that's not true. The road to heaven is paved with good intentions. You shouldn't.
Well,
that's wrong. to
also
say.
the road to hell.
No, the road
Ben.
to hell isn't paved.
But, I mean, what do you? I mean, you were just. I feel like you were just saying with that all these efforts to create a utopia. Are those not like good intentions to create a utopia?
No, they're not.
The
They're
direct
They're
question.
denial of reality.
The direct question I have for Ben is why?
Good intention
don't-
denial
You
of
know what an
reality. I'd say.
intention is?
I mean, I guess you could argue that, but
Wait, Ben, do you want to reduce sin and just think it's not possible, or do you not want to reduce sin?
I want to go to heaven, and I want to have as
Oh
much
my
fun in
God.
this life as I can.
Holy shit! Are you genuinely incapable of hearing the words and understanding what they mean? What was the question he just asked you, Ben?
Well, I think he's saying he
Well,
doesn't
where
care
sin
about it.
abounds, grace abounds all the more, right? That's a quote from.
What was the
West.
question that John
What
asked you?
question did I ask you? What question did I ask you?
Just
Please,
for my
the internet
unedited-
is not on
Right.
panel
Right.
right
Right.
now.
What was the question that John
I
asked
don't
We
think
you?
don't want an
God or
impressionist.
Christians are in
So
the
you
business
weren't
of-
listening,
alive,
which is
bro.
why this
Hello.
is not even a real conversation. You just
No.
throw a word and you
No.
start spurging whatever the fuck.
No.
comes to mind.
Ludge.
He was
Ludge.
listening. He was just using. I think he was using
Stop
rhetoric.
huffing your
Okay, then why
dreadlocks
can't
and
he
just
steel man the question?
calm down.
Just answered
Steel
his
man the
question.
Just calm down.
Like, to me, it meant that he didn't care
What did I
about
walk into?
that outcome in general.
John,
Seacard, how
ask
do you
him to
feel
I
steel
about
think
man
it's
your
a lot-
question.
it's-
He does
it's a
not
lot
know
of
what
this.
you are
How are we
asking
gonna?
him.
How are we on the internet going to make society better? It's a lot of this. Just
Well, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ben, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, what do you care about? Do you? I'm sorry.
I told you what I care
Jesus.
about.
If
Do
you
you-
could,
yeah, you care about
How
going
do
to
you
heaven,
make
but you
society
don't-
better?
if you could, would
So-
you?
No, I don't.
So are you saying?
Society better.
Sorry,
Fuck
you didn't
society.
say this directly. You didn't say this directly. Are you saying you don't care to reduce sin in the world?
No.
Sin. What?
So you don't
If
care
you
to
could
reduce sin
do
in the
it, would
world?
you?
No, I think the world's perfect just as it is. All the sin is perfect. It's God's plan. It's not. It's who.
Okay.
I don't believe I read anywhere in the New Testament that Jesus came to like reduce sin in the world.
Okay.
Is that why he told people how to behave better?
He actually gave us the grace to do so, but he didn't really change the moral law at all.
Well, I am satisfied. Let's go to the video.
Damn.
If you think Jesus
Yay.
came to reform society, I'd invite you to reread the New Testament because.
But Ben, do you at least? I understand your comment about we can't fix society on the internet, but do you think we have an obligation, or at least do you feel a desire? Like you said, you want to go to heaven, but the people in your personal life, do you want them to be healed as well? Do you want to maximize their odds of getting to heaven? Right, like so we can't
Oh, my
change maybe the
kids?
world, but you could change your kids, your family, your friends, your loved
There's
ones.
not much you
know?
can do with your kids once they're adults. Like fuck them. You know what
You
I mean?
don't
They're
think
going to
that's
do their
insane?
own thing. Well, what are you,
You
going
don't
to do?
think so? Like,
if I had
like,
a kid
I
who's a
just-
drug addict, if I had a kid who's a drug addict and he came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, can I stay with you?" I'd say, "Fuck you. Go, jump off a bridge."
Why?
Because the very same thing, whatever it is
That's
that
your
made you a
people.
drug
That's
addict,
your
came
people.
from. Whatever it is that made you a drug addict probably has to do with unresolved issues with me. I'm the last person you should come to with a drug problem. I mean, from what
I'm
I've
just
seen,
thinking-
right there.
from what
That's
I've
some
seen,
grade A boomer
from what
code.
I've seen with substance abusers, it almost always comes down to family dynamics. So the last place they should go is back to their family.
I think I agree.
No, wait.
I think I agree with what you're saying, but I guess I'm saying like even in my life, like there's been friends that'll maybe say something that makes me think about something, or compassion that someone shows
Yeah,
me that I
sure.
think is beneficial, right? And in the same way,
Yeah.
I hope that the people I interact with in real life are going to be benefited. So I guess, do you see that as well?
Yeah,
where
I
it's
mean,
like,
of course.
okay.
I mean, if I say I believe in Jesus Christ and the Catholic Church, I would hope other people would be interested and inquire and find the path to salvation. But I think most people don't become Catholics because they're fucking assholes. Anyone with half a brain would be Catholic. I mean, it's just super easy.
Andrew Wilson would disagree with that one.
Not really. I mean, he's only orthodox because Nick Fuentes and him had a falling out.
That is.
Wait, were him and Fuentes friends? Is this? I never know what you're
No.
saying. Sincere
You're
about.
telling me that Andrew Wilson was a Catholic, but now became Eastern Orthodox because of Nick Fuentes.
No. He.
His
Whether I understand
His
it.
wife. If you want to know
wife
about Andrew
was a-
Wilson, ask
His
about
wife
his
was a hardcore groiper. Then when she would send Nick Fuentes super chats, like she was super.
Oh,
into
I
him.
do know that. I do know
Then
that. Yeah.
when he came online, him and the
They care
groipers
about
got
money.
into a
They
beef,
don't care
and the
about
groipers
religion.
I agree.
doxed him. And so there was a big falling out, and I would assume that had something to do with why they ended up choosing Eastern Orthodox. I mean, Rachel Wilson.
Yeah, it was
dictates
Jay
the religion
Dyer.
in
You
that
align
household.
yourself with
You
the
think
other
Andrew
idiot.
Wilson really cares?
Jay
Well,
Dyer
no,
doesn't care
and
about
that's
Eastern
a-
Orthodoxy, neither do the Wilsons. They care
Yeah,
about
that-
money.
Yeah, that's all the conversation. I'm definitely on your side.
Jay Dyer is shockingly like booked up though. I thought he was kind of like
Have you seen the post-it notes?
He's crazy.
I didn't think he was like that good, but then I saw a debate and it was like he was like nuts with it. I didn't think he was that like I don't know, but he's
he knows a
very
lot of
booked
the
up.
little like the quotes.
It's the fucking autism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
well,
do
this is
think
the
it is a
thing,
form of
Brandon. Like
weaponized
when I've
autism.
seen when I saw him debate, what was it like Erudite? I thought he like did a bad job. I thought Erudite won that debate, so I kind of thought he was a little retarded.
He
But then I
lacks
saw
social
him in
skills.
the video that Big Soda sent, Jew Pikachu on the channel, and yeah, it was like and it was in his like wheelhouse of Orthodoxy versus Catholicism, and he was like fucking cracked. It was impressive.
He lacks social skills, though. He comes across as an asshole. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can spew a lot of points, but you look like an asshole. And everyone knows. I'm sorry. As much as I do think it's right for Christians to be more masculine,
There
you're
we
not
go.
supposed to be a fucking asshole for Jesus. Like everyone knows that's not the formula.
It's
Yeah,
good,
I don't
What
Sturka.
does that mean?
Don't disagree.
Hey man, how
Like
you doing?
they took it way too
Can
far.
you hear me finally?
Yeah.
We could hear you. How's it going, Zerka?
Fucking Christ, bro. I fucking hate VB Matrix.
That's why I stick with Stream Guy.
Yeah, okay.
Who's echoing?
Yeah, someone has a mild
Probably
echo.
me.
I don't know
I
if
don't
it's
hear it.
Zerka.
It's probably me.
Test.
Wait, is it not Zerka? I can't mute him. What the
Not
hell?
me. Yeah. It's him.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Zerka. Zerka, you're feedbacking like
I think he
crazy.
fixed it.
What the fuck was that?
Wait,
Test. Test.
Test.
Okay.
All right.
Say something, Zerka. Wah, 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 wah.
If you said
Didn't
something, you
say
didn't hear.
anything.
Yeah, he didn't say anything.
Hey, Lutch, can I say something to you like that's positive? Not trying to glaze you. If
No,
you cut
all
your
this-
hair. No, listen. We've
Very
come
good.
across 1 million Indian guys on the internet, and there's a huge problem with what are called curry cells. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, because it has to do with the culture. You're probably born and raised American, right? Okay.
Like how you say it as if it's like a technical term.
Curries. No,
Like
it
an
is.
academic
It is
word.
a thing. No, and I used to love Indian people because I ran a Ethiopian restaurant, and so they would always come in because it's similar to South Indian cuisine. But so no, the problem with curry cells is in traditional Indian culture, you have like arranged marriages, and they still are pretty much semi-arranged. So when they come to the United States, a lot of times they, don't want to participate in that culture. They want to be like cool, like Americans, but they have no dating skills. Like their dads,
Robson,
if
Virginia.
they go to dad, like, so how do I run game on a bitch? He's like, I don't know. We just were placed together. You know what I mean?
This is from Indian.
And so it's a huge problem. You
So
should
wait.
be, because there's big money in this. I've seen white guys are taking their money. These dating coaches, a lot of them are coaching curry cells. And you're like, and I'm not
That's
no homo,
true.
but like you're a very good looking guy. You got good social skills. And you do have nice hair, actually, but I would cut it a little bit. Well, that's my thing. But
Gonna get his ass
you
kicked on
could
Saturday,
do
though, bro.
Don't you
Let's
think,
go.
Grace, he could do very well? Because he's like,
yeah, I mean, he's
the
like a
cool
white Indian
So wait,
guy. Yeah.
So you're saying you want me to be the Indian Andrew Tate? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
But these guys, they really do have a problem because
No, but it's a
white girls
massive problem
That's
for
the
Indian
absolutely
men.
hate them.
Massive problem. Not for women, but for Indian
Well,
men.
It's because of their culture.
Problem.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. There is a huge difference between Indian. That's why I guess I couldn't say that that was purposeful. But even from when I was very young, I had I lived in a decent neighborhood, and there's a pretty good mix of both races as well as socioeconomic statuses within my school. And so, the Indian kids would all be in their fucking Indian enclave with their long sleeve polos and the shirt with the one guy, the one white guy, and they all smell like that and they all talk like that. And so, I legitimately was this is secret time. I always Swami. Got a dilly that. But I wished I was white because I was don't let me in with that. They smell so bad. And it's a neighbor, and I just didn't want to ever go over there because it just constantly smelled like curry. So I think
I'm telling you,
the culture really does matter, and I don't
even if you didn't do it as a grift, you could actually help a lot of people of your own culture because
I don't know. I'm 36 single and 5'4". I don't think anybody's gonna look to me.
No, just lie and say you're 6'2".
I'm debating Marte next Wednesday on black culture should be destroyed. You probably would like that one.
Culture? What culture?
Wait, do you want to destroy it, Zerka? I'm surprised.
No,
I'm surprised, but I'm also impressed.
White culture.
Wait, what culture?
Oh, you're on the other side. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I still didn't hear it. So, you're debating what culture?
Black culture should be destroyed.
I'm debating Marte on black culture should be destroyed.
My first stream back is you and me on horseradish, but my first Monday stream is going to be the debate that I have to watch it through a little bit, but the debate he just had about black women. It's tough to have those discussions, and I get a little bit of leeway because I'm not white, but I always said that the black community, the black community TM, that's the worst thing for black Americans ever.
John Elden Ring, what do you think about black culture?
I mean,
I'm just picking someone at random. I'm just picking someone at random. I just flipped a bunch of coins and it came up you, John Elden Ring.
I mean, no.
You only have to give half an answer if it makes you more comfortable, John Elden Ring.
I don't know. Is always
hold on. I was talking to someone on the phone. What did you ask me?
Oh, I just picked someone at random and I asked what they thought of black culture because that's what Zerk is going to be debating.
Well, what do we consider
what about
culture?
Poor white culture? Do you think it's any different than poor black culture?
Yes, because poor white people don't associate themselves with
what do we consider black culture? Okay.
Hold on.
What'd you say?
I'm saying.
What do you mean by that?
Wait, what did I say? What did Ben say?
I had black parents once.
Yeah, so
poor white culture versus poor black
what do you mean
culture.
black people are different?
Poor white culture versus poor black culture, I think, is inherently different because a part of the problem with poor black culture is the cultural segregation that's occurred in the black community, where they don't necessarily feel brotherhood with one another anymore. Ever since they killed Brother Malcolm X and Brother Martin Luther King Jr. and the Black Panthers.
It kind of sounds like you're just making that up.
Brotherhood in the black community. There's a lot of
it kind of sounds like you're just making that up.
I know you care about statistics a lot, but there's a lot
of camaraderie in a gang, by the way, just to be
true.
Yeah, I understand that, but that's not
what good or bad for black people.
I might not be
your first example for community is gangs. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I might not be explaining it well. But
I don't think it matters
true.
the conversation.
like Circa,
Gang usually comes about because people don't feel like they have power in their community or representation. So
okay, whatever,
if you've ever been
whatever. Stop fucking talking. Stop fucking talking.
They're still running fucking drugs just like black people.
Jesus fucking
Christ. Hold on. Yes. Well, okay. Good. John, go ahead.
Oh my God. There's a difference. There is camaraderie in these low-income neighborhoods where there is a leader who is trying to influence positive change. I've seen that myself in local communities with other black people. However,
where are there leaders in the black ghettos?
The local drug dealers.
I mean,
that's
I'm not saying that they're good or bad.
There aren't leaders in the black ghettos. They're just gangsters.
Get them on the phone. Get them on the phone, John, so we can talk to them.
That's such an irrelevant point. I know these people personally who influence these areas that are considered ghettos.
Is black culture in the contemporary U.S.
Can it get me a deal on 8
subset
Ball or
of
what?
white culture, or is it actually African culture?
Circa, I
That's
do agree
terrible
with you that
conflict.
being poor is the largest explainer of these
That is
issues.
not answering my question.
No daddy, that's the biggest explainer.
Yeah, I
Can you
don't
answer my question?
really like. I think we have. I don't know why you're asking me these questions. I feel like we're more aligned than you might
Because
think.
when someone says black culture needs to be destroyed, what they're really saying is black culture in the contemporary U.S. is a subset of white culture.
Correct.
Thank you for explaining that to me, white man.
200 years ago.
You just
Not white,
white.
he's Eastern European.
Dude, I get so much catharsis from telling black people that just because they're black doesn't mean they understand anything about racism or the politics of racism. Just it's very fun to me.
So are you saying black people appropriated white culture, Zerka? Is that what you're saying? Because I think I could get down with that.
No, I'm saying that just
Well,
because
that's
someone's
really our
fucking
culture
black,
and the
you
rap
know, anything
music
about
is my
systemic
thing?
racism,
Yeah.
or racism or the history of racism.
When did you
and-
become so fucking based, Zerka? That's crazy. Ag with the
Circa.
super chat.
Circa.
Rar. Good to see you, Ag.
Like maybe I didn't
It's
hear
like
it. So Circa,
talking to a
Circa,
girl,
I was
she's
on the
like,
phone.
I'm a girl. I know what feminism is, and you're like, okay, that's great. That doesn't mean anything. It
Circa,
means that you're a
stop coming
fucking
up with
girl.
examples. So I was on the phone with someone. I didn't hear your full point. Oh, voice crack. Fuck me. I didn't hear your
Okay,
full
the
point.
debate. If you just like listen instead of talked, my friend. Okay, so the debate is Marte, a black man, right, thinks that black culture in the U.S. should be destroyed, and it's really dumb to me because it's not like black people when they were taken over as slaves got to keep their culture. They were given a culture, so they're all Christian. For fuck's sake.
Well, they kept
They
elements
don't
of
have
it.
African
Crazy.
rituals. They
I
don't have
feel like-
African names. They don't have African.
You don't know,
ancestors.
but you
They have
don't
none of that.
think
So
it
it's
was
a
They have
subset of
American
white
names.
culture.
black people
hold
got
on.
together
Hold on.
and created like black
It's
culture?
still like their own culture, but like let's not pretend like it's not a subset of
Oh
whatever
my
the
God.
white Protestant culture was in this
That's
country.
crazy.
Guys, let John cook. Let John cook. Let John cook.
I don't think he's cooking.
Circa.
Well,
I think
you never let him talk yet.
I think you
He's talked a lot.
have another voice crack. I'm a bit drunk, but Circa, I think there is a trap here where we're like saying black culture when there is no real black culture. Like it's just a racial barrier, right? It's not an actual
What?
definitive
black culture. What are you
biological
There's a
group
whole
of people.
thing.
No, it's just black culture.
I'm literally
grew
black, and
with
Keelan,
there's so
white
many
culture.
people
You've
who are
gotten too
culturally-
where it
rich.
came from in this
I'm probably
country.
more black than you, Keelan, at this point. Okay,
Are
like,
you
look,
saying
like real
black
talk.
people can only be poor?
You're black?
Exactly.
The evolution of
half.
black culture in this
Exactly.
country had a
It's because
very
he has the
long.
red thing on.
I
Okay, it's hard to
mean-
tell.
racism.
So, Circa, I want to ask, like, how are you defining? I want to know how you define black. I do think the other person is being way too general, but I want to know how you define black culture.
Oh, so you would take my side on the prompt because that's my problem. I think the prompt's fucking retarded.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
retarded.
black culture
But
it
he's
can
gonna
evolve
define
into
it.
a bunch of different things. It can be the blues, it can be,
But Circa, like it's Marte. You're
it can
debating.
be
Right? He's gonna,
like a
he's
bunch of
gonna
No
different
have
black people play the blues.
he's gonna have a particular definition. So if you're saying
What is
oh
black
that
culture?
really
Oh, the blues.
I know
So
what he's going to
Circa,
say.
Only
He's
white
going to
people play the
say
blues
that
now.
people who kill in the modern U.S. that's bad. Men who don't stay at home, who are in prison, bad. Just really lazy fucking garbage. I think probably is what he's going to say.
Circa,
Well,
this is
I
a
could-
very easy debate for you to win. I want to watch it. This is an
so.
extremely easy.
I
debate.
agree, but you like Marte is going to have a little bit of the advantage because I don't think he's going to, but he can always play the race card. But the other fact of the matter is that if you don't have a set definition, then you're going to be dependent on his definition. So you're going to have to play it because he could define the black, or he could define black culture as something that is not something you were thinking of. You know what I mean? So understand your thoughts on the prompt itself.
I mean,
What does the
I heard
prompt
you
even
prompt. So, like,
mean?
how do you
What's
destroy
retarded?
black culture in Jesus? How do you destroy black culture? I'm
We
just
should
curious.
destroy black
I think-
culture.
I think
everyone.
black.
Thanks, everyone. This is John Eldering. You got me to say retarded, and the person I'm on the phone with is coming at me for saying retarded now. So thank you.
And you need new friends. So Circa, the
You're
answer is how do we?
woke
You're
the question was,
you're
how do we-
black.
on.
Wait, look, you're black, and you have friends who are like mad at you for saying retarded. Okay, buddy.
You guys got
I'm
to
assuming we just don't like the violence that comes out of black communities, right?
So, Circa, how we destroy black culture is defining black culture as the negative underpinnings that make it. Not to say that there's no good things about whatever you call black culture, but those connective tissue, like the crime, like the the hood behavior, the fatigue, all of that stuff. That is what
Except
black people.
most of that is covered by socioeconomic reasons. So, like, in poor white communities, they also make gangs, they also run drugs.
So the connective tissue there.
This is not a good argument.
Drug use.
maybe let me finish it. And then I'm just trying to offer. I'm not trying to debate you. I'm trying to present a situation where you might be in this debate to help you.
Yeah.
So how then do you deny if he defines if he's connective tissue?
More likely for that one.
Okay, so if he defines black culture as these 5, 7, whatever connective things that have to do with crime and all that stuff, then how can you say that those bad things shouldn't be destroyed?
Indian Jesus, let me ask you something. Do you think black people are more
what's up, Kev Dog?
Or prone to commit crime, or do you think there's something else that causes them to do it? Do you think it's a genetic reason?
No, it's not intrinsic. But it is in the same way. Indians are going to smell like curry. Black people.
Do you think it's endogenous or do you think it's exogenous?
Exogenous.
Okay, so black culture then is most likely something that is cultivated through, I think we could probably say, the 200 years of brutal chattel slavery, right? I mean,
chattel.
Do we really think black people are more predisposed to commit just violent crime, or do we think that
it was
something
400
that
years
is?
And I don't think Monte's going to make that argument. So
They are somewhat more disposed. They have higher testosterone.
Yeah.
Higher testosterone is.
You guys ever heard of the warrior gene? Okay.
Also, guys, testosterone doesn't just equal aggressiveness. Okay, like just to be clear, like if
That's
you have
not
more
what I
serotonin,
said. But if you have more
happier.
testosterone, you're more likely to commit.
It doesn't just
crimes.
mean aggressiveness, or like you're going to commit more crimes.
Grace, I have a question.
I didn't say necessarily. I'm just saying if your
you can't make the
ethnicity
inference,
or
is
your
what I'm trying to
racial
tell you.
group has higher testosterone as a whole, you are more likely as a group to commit violent
That doesn't mean you're
crimes.
going to be more aggressive. No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah, no, it does. It does.
No, it doesn't. It's the same way if like I said I had a higher amount of serotonin, I wouldn't just be happier than you all the time.
So
Wait,
do men or women
there's like numerous studies that correlate high T levels with aggression and violent. That's
men or women commit more violent crimes?
Men generally do.
Okay. What's the main difference between men and women? Men have way higher testosterone.
Are you telling me that you found the a significant difference between black men's testosterone?
Zerka, if you search this up later, this is a very well-founded thing that higher T levels are linked to violence. Like this is a well-documented thing. This is not like
you can't make an inference like that, Confluence. I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Like
That's a correlation, not a causation. Correlation is not causation.
So was like all the data we had about lung cancer for like 40 years. Okay, eventually a correlation, if you account for enough factors, is pretty definitive, right? Like the intro to psych bullshit doesn't work at a certain level. Like correlation is not causation. If you account for all these,
you're looking for causal inference. Okay, that's the word you're looking for, and it doesn't work. Okay.
Why does it not work? Explain to me, please.
Because there's no 1-to-1, okay? Just increase testosterone, increase aggression, okay? That's not how it works.
If you account for all of the other possible factors, and this has been repeated in study after study after study, eventually, yes, you can never. Obviously, you're not going to do in a perfect world. You're not going to be able to do a double-blind test where you're pumping someone with testosterone that would never pass an ethics
if you are going to make the claim that because they have more testosterone, they're more aggression or like more aggressive. That's a genetic thing, right? So now we're saying it's an endogenous issue.
A little bit, correct? I have a question.
Well,
for
yeah,
Grace.
I mean, well, the testosterone obviously
so
be endogenous.
More predisposed to commit violence because testosterone.
What's your question?
I haven't looked up black. I don't know, like black people and T levels. I don't know that part.
Testosterone
okay,
exactly amounts to aggression, which would be fucking.
Okay,
I can't even think.
Hold on. My question for Grace is: who are all these F slurs?
Oh,
yo!
I'm glad. I appreciate that you said F slur, Kev.
I don't. If you're gonna come out hot, you gotta pick a word you can say.
Well, yeah, you have to pick a word you can say, but don't say. I don't want to say the word that you.
Well,
Says the guy says the guy who's not cammed up. I just want to say that, okay?
Oh,
I just want to say
Cam
that
up.
everyone else is on cam. You don't even have the decency to pick a fucking profile picture, Cam, okay?
You ugly.
Confluence is a streamer that we know. The rest of them, Sirkar is a debater. These two, I don't really know that well.
I'm not a debater.
Okay.
I'm not a debater.
Confluence, can I make a point about debate that I think you would agree with?
Yes.
A lot of times
I'm new to debate, okay? I'm new.
You have the polemics, the two sides.
You got whipped by
you like me are a centrist, and I would love
You
to
said I
have
got
a
whipped by what?
three-way debate where you
By
can have
me.
a centrist position. Don't you think that would be cool?
By Andrew?
Yeah, I was actually on one with Andrew Wilson about the Epstein files, and I was in the center.
Oh, were you?
It was hosted. I can't remember what the name, RG something, RGR. It was a channel I'd never heard of. But yeah, it was like a 3v2v3 with me and someone else in the center. And I think it was kind of nice in that way because it wasn't just like one extreme versus the other. There was actually like a middle ground.
Yeah, because the
Of course,
center is
Andrew kind of
always
dragged it
right.
into a 1v1 with Dylan, the guy from the Ukraine. So the whole thing was off the rails.
Dylan,
but
yeah,
it's a good idea in theory.
Because see, I would say black culture should be transformed. I think we should go back to the shuck and jive, the smiles, and what black people have that whites don't have is social skills. Because they have higher testosterone, they're far more social, and the culture is far more social. So I think blacks can help, and like customer service, that really matters. You know, all these autistic white kids are not going to be able to do jobs that require customer service. So, in the other,
You mean you don't want to hire a pasty white kid from Utah?
You have to lose the FU attitude from the '60s. You're too small of a group to be militant. It doesn't make any sense to be militant.
You're talking about black people?
Yeah, it's not a good strategy to be militantly opposed to the larger society that's hosting you and giving you all kinds of like freebies.
To be fair, Ben, this country started out with, again, probably one of the most like specifically brutal forms of chattel slavery, and without
actually it was the least brutal. American slavery was the least brutal form of slavery.
So like every country has different racism, right?
You can talk over me because you got daddy issues. That's fine. Go ahead.
No, of Africans.
Okay, so,
the
like,
Arabs,
in the United
the
States,
Arabs
okay?
castrated the Africans and killed their women and children. And in South America,
I know
they
you can
worked them
quote
on brutal
PragerU.
sugar
That's
plantations,
great.
and they also largely died.
Continue. It's
So
great.
America was the softest.
I love PragerU quotes. They're awesome. Please plagiarize the whole thing for us.
It's not PragerU. It's just history. Are you accusing me of being right wing or left wing?
I'm accusing you of being unoriginal. Okay.
PragerU is a throwback.
The point is that the United
At
States
this point, that would actually be a good reference. Either way.
Had a brutal and long history with black slavery in particular. Okay, that's just a fact. And
You
a
said
lot
one
of
of
these
the
things
worst,
can be
though.
determined by.
No, he said the worst.
Yeah, you said the worst.
I said
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
specifically-
just objectively not
I did
true.
not. I said
But that's okay. You could just say
specifically had a very bad
PragerU.
and
Even
long
though you're
history.
wrong, you just say PragerU. That's all you need to do, right?
That's where
all
she's
you need
getting
to
her
do.
ideas
Just go,
from, Ben.
Can we get a
You're
full
a
screen on
right-winger.
I
John?
did not know
You're
that.
a
Yeah, you guys
right-winger.
made John Elden Ring pull out the lightsaber. That's what he does when he gets mad.
Real black man. Yeah.
This is black culture.
This
He
is
holds the
sexy.
black culture.
This is
His
black
T
levels,
culture.
his T levels got too high, and now he's enacting violence
We
on
just let him
us.
hit the
Oh
camera.
my
Did he hit the
God.
camera? Yeah,
He hit the camera.
Hit the camera. Let's go.
Oh, he's eating the camera.
It doesn't matter because I didn't say it's the worst type of slavery in the history of humanity. That's not what I said. I just said there's a specific type of slavery in the U.S. that has to do with black people in particular, okay? Obviously. Every country has a specific different style of racism, mainly. I mean, you can think of like, I guess, Germany with Jews or
with your people, my people with your people, Eastern Europeans. Yes. The word slave came from the word Slav.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
you
was gonna say
suck.
Slavic,
You
but
suck.
Italy didn't really care about
You
that.
personally suck. And so we should
That's
send
great,
you
then.
back to Eastern Europe. Yes. Fuck out of here.
The point is that the United States
Pussy ass.
He
went through
claims
its
to
entire
be
history
Danish,
without a
but he's
revolution.
obviously Eastern
Without a
European.
revolution.
I agree with that.
We didn't need,
Or
we didn't need to
claims that.
overturn our country, and yet we still somehow were able to
Doing
change
white
so
face
much.
worse than Drewski.
I think that's a testament to the Constitution.
Hey.
Personally,
Nobody gets the reference.
I don't know about you, but it seems to be working out better than some other countries.
I don't think it's working out particularly well.
How's it going, Hostile?
I mean, historically, I think you're just fucking wrong, but it's fine.
Ooh, add fucking to it. That makes it make more sense.
More emphatic.
Wait, sorry. Can you restate
Right.
it? What was your
More
point about
emphatic.
slavery in the first place?
Just to describe a particularly brutal, long history with slavery to black people in particular, and most countries had to go through some sort of revolution to get that fixed. The U.S. didn't really have to do that. I mean, we had to fight a civil war, I guess, but we were close.
What other country went through a revolution to end slavery?
I mean, around the time of slavery being overturned, I mean, Haiti is the first one, right? And then most of the colonies kind of had to do it.
Yeah, the colonies are located in the United States.
I mean, the UK didn't really need to, I guess, but yeah.
So you really don't have anything to back up what you're saying other than Haiti.
I mean, as it relates
You
to
don't know what you're talking
the
about. You
US
shouldn't be a
had,
debater.
then
You
yeah,
should take that
yeah.
guitar and bash it over your head. But whatever. Eastern Europeans are going to do what Eastern Europeans are going to do. They don't care whether it makes any sense. Look at the history of Eastern Europe. It's just
what we've
big
seen more
disaster.
genocidal slavery
born,
or more
okay?
genocidal ethnic cleansing, I guess you could say, which the U.S. was very close to that. Especially as it
Two
relates to
even
black
says a
people.
rare
I mean,
bet
we kind of saw
W,
something a
what?
little more extreme. I don't really understand what you mean by militant, though. How are black people like militant?
You don't get the attitude problem towards whites, the bullshit.
The hell does that mean?
Anger towards whites, blaming whites for everything.
The
Okay,
echo is.
how many-
The
how many
victim
black people do
mentality.
you know
But
actually
you don't
fucking
you don't see
fucking-
the victim mentality because you're steeped in the victim mentality. You just see other people like you. So okay, I get it.
Okay, we can keep it on
Pussy
the
ass
subject, not
bitches
on me,
like you.
weirdo.
That's
Is
what
that
I'm
cool?
saying.
Okay, then
Daddy
I
issues.
don't really know why you're talking about me. We're talking about black people, right?
Well, I'm saying that's why you don't.
I look
see
like
it,
Hitler's
'cause you
dream
are
child,
one.
bro. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's
You look like Hitler's abortion.
Can we get a
bro.
full screen on that?
I mean, Eastern Europe is kind of like the black people of Europe, if you think about it.
Hitler's
You don't got the hair, bro.
Danish.
You don't got the hair,
I'm
bro.
Danish. I had blonde hair when I was younger.
You ate a Danish. You ain't Danish.
That's
I know
great.
Zerka
Anyways,
being Zerka
back to
being
black
Danish
people,
is
Hey
wild.
guys,
I don't believe it.
I'm actually my ancestry comes from West Africa, so like 15% of my ancestry is Danish.
That's great.
Ah,
But so why
That's what
would
you
that
and
be
Zerk have in
so
common.
15%? Like so that has nothing to do with it, right?
Well, I thought you were talking about the Danes.
But they're not in West
Why,
Africa.
why do you feel like black people are like?
No,
angry and
I was
militant?
saying,
I just
so
don't
Ben,
really see
you're
that.
fucking with
I
me.
don't
You're
get it.
fucking with
No,
me. I know
no,
you're
no,
smirking at me.
No,
You're
because you
smirking at me.
said 15% of my answer or whatever is from West Africa, so 15% of my thing is Danish. It's not so.
No,
It's like
no, no,
separate.
no, 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 no.
Has
Like my
nothing to do
dad
What a
with
is
joke, man.
You're saying you
I
have-
just wanted
have
Searcard to say
I said it
which
wrong.
one
My
he
dad
thinks
is-
he looks
my
more
dad is
like,
black.
the left or the right.
from West
This
Africa.
is propaganda, by the way. But
What are we
Searcard,
looking for?
I would say you're more of the guy on the right.
So my dad is black from like his ancestry comes from West Africa.
Yeah.
The Danes did some things with slaves, so 15% of my ancestry is Danish.
They did? The Danes? I don't think so.
You're fucking with me.
The Danes were involved in slavery? No. Was there any
They were-
African
they were
slavery in
fucking
Denmark?
slaves.
They would never.
They were
The Danes would
fucking
never.
slaves. They were fucking slaves.
Denmark was
mute
not part of the
Searcard? The
Atlantic
echo's
slave
getting
trade.
me.
There's no way
And you're
that's true.
happy about that?
Oh, I'm laughing because. Oh my
Wait,
God.
Grace,
I'm,
look that
Wait,
up.
is that
There's
your-
no connection
wait,
with
is that-
African
what the fuck?
I'm being
slavery.
attacked
is that
on
who-
multiple
is that who's-
sides here.
Is that who's
audio
talking
is
right now? Is that
crazy.
Biggs? Is that
Drop
Biggs?
it away.
You're doing
Let's
this
go.
right
Get
now.
us up here.
Who is breathing on their
Who the
mic
fuck
like
is it?
that?
Yeah, somebody's got
Oh,
mad.
Zerka has a
It's
bit
like
of an
that
echo,
every
I
2
think, judging by
seconds.
the little green lights. Yeah, it's Zerka.
Yeah, I changed it.
Test
Zerka, I
it.
think you're a very handsome man, okay? Just
Dad,
because
what
I
did you
feel
want
like
me to look
everyone's
up?
making fun of you, I think you're a handsome guy.
John
okay?
honestly thinks
Not in a
that-
gay way,
Denmark was involved in the
You got to finish the quote, not in a gay way, just a normal way.
in a normal way. Yeah.
If you say
It's
not just a gay way, then it
it's
sounds
implied
really
at
gay.
this point.
When you say not in a gay way, but a normal
He
way, it
thinks his
sounds gay.
Danish
But everybody
ancestry
knows.
mixed with West African in Africa. I don't think so.
Denmark had colonies in the Caribbean the Virgin Islands.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Is this
They
you as a
were
child, Zerka?
Minorly involved in the transatlantic slave.
Scheiße.
I don't
But there's
know.
no black people in Denmark.
I don't think so.
There's like 2, I think.
Yeah, there might be.
Yeah, there's Shaquan and Derek.
1 to 2% of the population is black. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Zerka's playing
Playing
Destiny,
a tune.
playing some music when he's getting frustrated.
I'm gonna lose my debate to lunch. I'm gonna lose my debate to lunch. I'm
How do you guys feel about
sad.
Christian Zionism? Okay, how do you guys feel about Christian Zionism? That's
Sucks.
my question.
Awful.
How do you feel about just Zionism in general? I guess.
Christian Zionism is going to be the death knell of Protestantism because that proves that Protestantism sucks because it got taken over by a crazy theory
By
and now
some
they're back-
unknown group of people. Yeah.
Actually, do you know that Christian Zionism preceded Jewish Zionism? Came
I don't know
first.
about that.
It came first.
I
Look it up.
mean, what Theodore?
They're both fascist movements.
He's like a similar Jew.
It was English Protestants who started the movement of Zionism before Herzl and all those. I think.
Really? I thought Herzl was like one of the OGs.
Yeah, of the Jewish.
No, it just came about when nationalism and fascism were popular. Zionism has its roots in fascism. There was also a nationalistic era.
But Zionism, Zionism like is like early 1900s. Zerka. Zionism was way before
It's
fascism was even.
It's like 1890, I want to say. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, how was that? How was fascism around
was
then?
getting popular. No, the first release that we know of is in like 1850. It wasn't really called fascism then, but
Nationalism.
the origin of it.
Nationalism.
No, nationalism.
I feel
and
like
fascism are
nationalism
very
has been
different.
around for a long time. Does it meet the fascistic
Nationalism and
minimum?
fascism are
Okay.
not
No,
the
no,
same thing.
nationalism was
That's
big
the
then because
question.
1870 was the unification of Italy.
If they were the same thing, then people like
Germany,
Stalin
I think.
would
When
be
was
fascist.
when was
It's dumb.
Germany unified, Grace? I think somewhere around 1870. So you had this
Zerka,
nationalistic
was there
idea.
any palingenic hyper-nationalism in the 1800s? That's my question, okay?
Correct. Yeah, no,
I would say
there
no.
was
Germany
actually the first fascist movement,
unified?
I believe, is
Yeah,
1866.
fuck.
yeah. See all that time, yeah.
I did Dad, I did a ChatGPT search, but it was Jewish
Oh, you did?
communities that started Zionism, like Moses Hess, Jewish
Really?
philosopher.
Yeah, but
Are
the
you-
idea is
Fine,
fascist.
K2, I'll
There
read
was
your
no
chat.
Christian
K2,
Zionism
L fluence,
before it?
race fluence, Duns fluence. K2, you agree with everything I'm saying right now besides the Zionist parts, okay? Besides that. I didn't even say anything. I just asked a
Looks like
question, okay?
18
Just asking questions.
1848, I want to say. February.
You think that meant the fascist minimum
Oh no, Dad, you're right. No,
in
no, no.
1848?
Christian
No.
Zionism existed
No,
before
no, I don't
political
think so.
Zionism.
This is like
Yeah,
just
that's
the
right.
beginnings of the movement.
Yeah, so where's your
European
Griffin now, Zerka?
Mostly English, right?
I'm just saying
Groups
that
in
fascism
England
actually
and
has
the
earlier
Netherlands
roots than
promoted
like
settlement of
1910.
Jews in
Okay?
Palestine for religious reasons, 17th and 18th centuries.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm right.
Lord
But it didn't take on a lot of
Shaftesbury.
weight until the Jews got into it.
Yeah.
Most things don't, you know.
And it is true though that what emerged as Zionism in 1948 had massive similarities to the National Socialists.
Yeah.
Everything is fascist. That's funny.
That
I
is
don't know who
true.
your chatter is, Burgess, but like in the 1900s, early 1900s, everyone was literally a fucking fascist. It was really popular.
But we call
Fucking
that the good
literally,
old
dude.
days, Zerka. We call that the good old days.
The only reason fascism kind of went out of style is because Hitler kind of went way too fucking race extreme.
Yeah, that's a problem.
You can't even probably define what fascism is.
Oh.
Oh, don't threaten Zerka with a good time.
He's just one of
We
these
get a
left-wing
fascism
guys who's like
definition.
everything he says is like a bumper sticker. He's
Have you ever
an
heard of the
idiot.
fascist minimum? Have you ever heard of palingenetic ultra nationalism, Ben?
I think you should just watch my debate with Andrew Wilson then, and think for yourself on that one, man.
Have you ever heard about permission structures and what's the other thing? The corporatism, fascistic corporatism.
I think I know a lot about fascism, actually.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Yeah. Do you think the National Socialists were fascist movement?
The NSDAP? Before or after Hitler changed it? 1920?
Nazism. Do you think Nazism is
how many points were in
movement?
the NSDAP's 1920 release for?
You're reading off of a screen.
No, I'm not. Do I think
that sounded like you were lying,
Nazis were fascists? Yes, the Nazis were fascists.
Not really. Most scholars of fascism would say that's not really fascism.
Yeah, I'm pretty
it's different because it had racial elements. But you chat GPT something, so you think you're an expert. Okay.
You know, Paxton to Stanley to Jason to Griffin.
You're reading your notes off your screen.
You're fucking retarded.
You're reading your notes
right?
off your screen. Okay, get it. Daddy issues.
No,
You're
I'm
hostile
not.
to dad.
Are
you educated?
No. Original. Hey, Zerka almost got a degree in econometrics. Okay, he came really close.
You should you should try to become formally educated. Be better.
He has. Zerka is formally educated. Okay, just not in fascism specifically, but that's fine. Mute Zerka for 2 minutes.
I didn't finish.
Zerka, you're muted for 2 minutes. Use that time to read Paxton. Okay. Speed read it. No, but Zerka does know a lot about fascism, okay? I think he overdiagnoses a lot of things as, oh yeah, he's probably holding it right now. So yeah, Zerka does read books, I will say that, okay? I disagree with Zerka on almost everything, but...
Books are fake and
at least he reads.
The problem is you have to have you can't just read a book, you have to understand like the historical context. You can't just... but it's better than just chat GPTing it.
Yeah, like I will say, at least Zerka, he has a lot of obsidian notes that he's taken from his books. He is. Now, I think he comes to wrong conclusions constantly.
Right, and so that is the intellect, the over intellectualization of modern discourse. That like, I have a degree and I read 7 books and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just repeating what they said. I'm not saying Zerka's doing that. I'm just saying in general we see.
What he's doing is he takes in politics. You see this in religion too. Like the atheists do this. They take their family dynamics. Obviously, he has like severe issues with his own masculinity, so he identifies as a bitch. So he hates.
I have heard him say that.
Let me guess.
He
has Donald Trump? Yeah. Do you hate God?
He does.
Do you hate traditional religion?
Yep.
Could it be that those aren't intellectual positions, but are just part of your mental illness of being a bitch?
Could that be Zerka? If only you could answer, but unfortunately, but you're almost free, Zerka. Don't worry.
So I think people who do this shouldn't do this on the level of politics. They should straighten out like their family dynamics, their issues with masculinity, and then they can offer like an actual. I'm sure the guy's smart, but like if you can't see that, like for example, Donald Trump is a complicated person, and you just go, he's bad because he's toxically masculine. Like you're really not going to be able to comment on any sort of politics.
I think Zerka, I hate that I have to speak for Zerka, but he's muted. But I think Zerka has, at least he can provide arguments. He's not just good at, once he's unmuted, he's, I don't know if he's going to engage in this, but he's not going to say that, Trump is just toxically masculine. Zerka will have certain examples. My critique of Zerka is that he hodgepodges like a bunch of definitions of fascism together into a Frankensteinian monster to like suit the occasion that is Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's what he's saying is daddy. I don't like daddy.
Zerka, you're unmuted. Is that what you're saying? Also, K2 with the $2.
You said I hate God.
And a rare W.
You said, yeah, you nodded your head when you said I hate God. What the hell is that, bro?
They all say that.
I just try to trigger you. I know you don't.
I'm sure. God. I would guess you're an atheist. Or you're somewhere in there.
You guessed correctly, but that doesn't mean that you hate God.
Well,
fuck that guy.
you're angry at God. But what I'm saying is, has it never occurred to you that all of your quote unquote intellectual positions also, like, they just happen to line up with all of the same ones that everyone who's anti-masculine has?
Is this your attempt at trying to be like, you know,
he's inside your head,
and that happens on the opposite
he's
side.
in your fucking walls.
I don't get this.
In other words, you can see a psychological,
I could
a
drag my
Trump
scrotum
fanatic,
across your face right now on fascism,
a
bro,
religious
if you
fanatic.
want.
They will also have a whole bunch of psychological things. Usually it's someone who wants to be a man but doesn't feel like a real man, like Andrew Wilson. So you're both dealing with masculinity. When you're debating Andrew Wilson, it's someone who openly has masculinity issues, debating someone who has closeted masculinity issues. And so you should just talk about your dads, and you could get somewhere. But if you're going to talk about whether
I would not watch that. Just saying, I would not watch that.
Didn't you say that like the victim mentality is one of the worst things that black culture has?
And people on the right have it, and people on the left
Trump
have it.
Is the worst offender of that, right? He's never been able to take a loss.
How did Trump get into this conversation?
That's not really true. Like in
Oh,
Iran right now, he's pulling out and he's taking a loss.
I mean, to me, it seems like he's always the victim for everything, isn't he?
Right, you don't like
Is that
daddy,
manly,
right?
or-
You don't like daddy.
Trump bad.
I don't think Trump is a particularly masculine person, but to you, a guy like you,
You said he was earlier. You said he has toxic masculinity.
he represents
Forget?
masculinity to a guy like you. Yeah, he's the guy that you.
Zerka, do you
always
see
hated
Donald Trump as a father
school.
figure? That's my question. Do you see Donald Trump as a father figure?
Wait, to Zerka?
Opportunistic fucking loser.
To Zerka,
I mean, he's so one-dimensional. It's fucking obvious, man.
That's not true.
The
He's
guy
not
is literally.
one-dimensional.
Oh, really? It's not. He'll hold up a gay pride flag if it means he'll get some votes, and then he'll literally burn it afterwards if it means he'll get more votes. The dude
So
is
what?
the most transactional.
A man's
fucking
got a
loser on the
grift,
planet.
Zerka.
Well,
Okay.
that's every politician. That's not really specific to him.
Yeah, I mean, how's that
No, it's
different than
not.
Kamala
I
Harris?
don't really need the muddy in
Joe
the water
Biden?
here. That's not
Do you think
every
Joe
politician,
Biden
even if we
cared?
hate
Hey,
politics.
Zerka, remember when AOC took out her fucking pronouns for her Twitter bio and Donald Trump won in 2024? Remember that?
Yeah.
It's almost like she knows the tides were changing. She did a little switch.
The thing about
Donald Trump is an
that
interesting
he's
character.
very
He's not
easy to understand.
one-dimensional.
He's like
you.
he's like a car on the road, okay? You know, like when they're like drunk and they're unpredictable, but their unpredictability is so predictable because of the fact that they're drunk. That's literally what Donald Trump is.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
So like
easy.
he has
And
a
to
certain
manipulate
character.
him. For one, yeah, it's say nice things about me and then you get nice things back. If you say mean things about me, then I hate you. It's like fucking pathetic. How is that
I
masculine?
mean, that's true. I mean,
There's no
that
value
is
at
true.
all.
Trump does do that.
No.
no
Do you know the
core
best Trump
value at
moment
all.
was
He's
when
a
he
fucking
said,
horrible,
remember when he
worthless
said,
human being.
well, I mean, like on the debate stage, he did kind of dom those weaselly guys like Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio. I mean,
I don't
he
really
was
care.
more
He's
masculine.
still a
than that.
one-dimensional loser.
Okay, I get it. You
with no
don't like
value.
daddy. You're
So,
angry
okay,
at
wait,
daddy.
but
Go cry, bitch. Go
Zerka,
cry.
can a one-dimensional
Cry
loser
or be a
have
man.
To be
masculinity?
honest with you, man, my dad
Like,
did
being
have
a
a
one-dimensional-
Lying about like
Just being a
He may not have
one-dimensional
been in
loser
my life,
prevent
but,
you
like, he
from
was actually
having
kind of a good person,
masculinity.
okay? Huh?
Zerka,
Donald
does
Trump's family loves him. His ex-wives love him. I mean, he's not one.
I don't give a fuck. I really don't
Okay,
give a fuck.
I know because you have daddy issues. Okay, so I get
No,
it.
my dad was a good person. He was a great dad. He just made bad decisions.
All right, so
You know,
there
even
you
good
go,
people can
daddy.
make bad.
So you do
What
have
bad
daddy
decisions
issues.
did daddy make?
It's not really relevant. I'm not going to say that to you.
You
but
actually
I'm
is
just telling you that
relevant.
my
It
dad
actually
was
is
actually
relevant.
a good dad. So all this weird personal attacking shit you're doing is really just showing how.
So you
said
don't
he
have
made
any
shitty
daddy issues?
decisions.
No, I don't.
You disapprove of your dad.
You've judged your own.
We
father.
don't have to press Zerka on his
Again, he
personal.
made bad
Why not?
decisions.
He's the one
I'm
who
not
said
gonna
it.
talk
He's
about
the one who
you
said
guys.
it.
He's not the one who said it. He's
He
not
did
the one who
say
said
it.
It's funny
it.
He
because
said
he's
my
trying
dad
to
is a
so
good guy who
hard
made
to
bad
make it
decisions.
seem like
He
I have
said
some
that.
like
That's after
extremely
that
bad
is technically after
psychological
Ben
triad
brought
issue,
up
right?
Zerka's
It's like,
dad
dude,
like 20
stop.
times.
Well, he
and then
didn't have to
Zerka
say
mentioned
it.
Maybe your dad is a great guy and your mother's a liar. You ever thought
That's
about that?
me. Now I've got the mommy issues.
She's a good mom now too. She's always been a good mom. She just made bad decisions too.
Okay, and but you ended up taking mom's side.
We
No.
don't have to psychoanalyze Zerka.
Why
We don't
not?
have to do
We
that.
don't have
Why
to.
take either
If
of your side,
Zerka
man?
wants to, if
He's
Zerka
grown,
wants to,
and he
I
just
mean,
said I don't want
He's
to
a
talk
grown
about that.
man. I mean, I don't know. He acts like a bitch, but he's a grown man. Is he going to jump off a bridge if I ask him some questions about his parents? It's up to him.
No, nothing.
It is up to him. I think Zerka has agency. I think
if I'm going to jump off a bridge,
it's
going to be because of me, my friend. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. So what happened with mommy and daddy?
I'm not going to tell you, Ben. I don't really feel like telling people here.
All right. It's your own personal holocaust.
What I'll leave it at is that they're both good people who made bad decisions. That's all you need to know.
Maybe they made those decisions because you made them make them because you're a rotten human being.
Maybe, Ben. I mean, if we're like trying to listen to
I had to live with you. I'd be on drugs. I'll tell you that much.
Like a Disney villain right now. What the hell? No.
Well,
man,
maybe
that's
it's
not what it
true. I mean, isn't it possible that they both detested you?
I guess it could be possible. Yeah.
Can you give us one example of a bad decision? Can you give us one example of a bad decision that your parents made?
I don't think that's necessarily.
No, I really
it's obviously drugs. It's obviously drugs.
What did daddy cheat on mommy? Mommy cheated on daddy? What was it?
No, they weren't together. They weren't together, Grace.
I just thought
they split up when I was really young.
I don't think this is super.
Oh, okay, divorced when you were young. Okay, well that's the problem.
They were never
and you
married.
lived with mommy, right?
No.
You live with dad.
The problem is you guys.
This guy's like raised by a foster home.
You'll weaponize it later on in the conversation.
Is he a foster kid?
Yeah.
No.
No, I wasn't a foster kid, but I mean, I was homeless probably at the age of 15, so I'm pretty young. Yeah.
Why were you homeless?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, Ben. It's not.
You were homeless.
Stop bringing stuff up.
Wait a second.
I'm totally on your side.
He was doing tricks under the bridge.
Wait,
he was doing tricks.
I'm not talking about
the fact that you were homeless if you don't want to talk about the fact that you were homeless.
Thank you, Lutch.
No, that's
Thank
public,
you,
though.
yeah.
That's public.
He sees himself as a victim.
I say it on stream, Indian Jews.
Why
That's not really
why weren't you the foster
care? You know that. They don't know that. And then then don't
no
complain.
kid under 18 is homeless.
Nobody's
my point
15
is that
homeless. Yeah, that
no
makes
kid
sense.
is
I've said it a
homeless.
bunch.
Remember, he grew up in the former Soviet Union, right? He's Eastern European, so it wasn't necessarily his choice. Okay, a lot was going on.
He's a shelter dog. He wants someone to come over to him and pat him on the head and go, "It's okay, it's okay."
Hey, that's what I want. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
definitely not.
Coded. Well, look at him. He plays this like I'm a sensitive guy and I'm hurt. It's like pathetic. You're a grown man. Why do
Nothing
you
wrong
act
with
like
being
such a-
sensitive, Ben. Nothing wrong with being sensitive.
Yeah, but
okay?
sensitive.
No.
And hurt. Like,
Does
if I
me
play
playing
death
guitar
metal-
make you feel weird?
Like you
You
play
breathing
death
into the
metal,
mic
right?
super
You
hard
play
makes
death
me
metal
feel
all the
weird.
time. What's that about? Like, mommy and
What's wrong with
daddy.
death metal?
Let's do this together. Let's
I do
do John
love death
Lennon.
metal.
Let's do John Lennon.
I
Let's
do
see if
love
this
metal.
makes you.
Metal's
Let's see if this makes you
great,
tear up.
dude.
Mother, you had me, but I never had you.
Making me tear up in a different way.
I needed you.
Now I gotta find a bridge.
Need me. So
Can we not? Oh my god.
I just
This is
gotta
the Confluence
tell you,
karaoke
tear up,
panel.
bitch. Goodbye.
Mac, play it for you.
Goodbye. So we gonna write on your suicide note? Mommy and daddy weren't there for me. Sofa.
Did I not say
I
that
don't
you
need
guys
anyone.
will
I've got my
use this
guitar,
against you?
my
Act
keyboard.
you ask honest questions, but then you'll weaponize them later. This is what I said.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Which
this
is
what I
why
said.
we don't bring up
Tough
things
love.
about our personal lives on
Tough
the
love.
internet with a panel of strangers.
Why not, Lutch? I mean, I want to know why you.
I don't really.
Because he
I'm
doesn't
fine,
want to
man.
answer
your
the
mic
I said
is
stuff that I've already fucking
I'm
said publicly.
I'm
so.
Zerka
totally
is
fine.
muted. I think it's for
I'm
his own
totally-
benefit.
It's a
so he
cry
doesn't say
for
more
help. He's
personal
basically like a
things.
living cry for help. I mean, I'm trying to.
I'm totally fine talking about, my days as a drug addict. I'm totally fine talking about that. If I was not, then I would not bring it up on the internet. And specifically,
Did you ever suck a dick for a hit? Did you ever suck a dick for a hit?
Never. I never had to go that far. I never had to go
Tell
that
us
far.
if you did. Would you tell us if you did?
Yeah, honestly, I would. I would, because I think
I
that
believe you.
like addiction is like, it's very misunderstood and it's very fucking dark. And so if I went down that road, now that I'm not, I'm
How
not.
do you
like,
feel like it's misunderstood? I'm curious.
You're not
because
sober.
there's a very strong there's a big disconnect.
I'm sober.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. There's a big difference between the initial
Cali
choice
sober.
to do a drug and the decision to continue doing that drug when you're in the throes of addiction. It's a completely different mental state. It's a completely different way to live. And if you haven't been there, then you just can't.
I agree with you about that.
Full
But
circle. Holy
what
shit.
I'm saying is, can you say, was it opiates?
Yep.
Okay. So when you were taking the opiates,
never injected though. Only pills.
Oh, Zerka's freed.
When you took the opiates, because I think everyone knows what opiates are going to do. They're going to give you a big high.
Did you freebase it? What'd you do?
No, I was a snort. I don't even like uppers, but I'll do coke just because I like snorting drugs.
Based.
But what I'm saying is, when you got high, didn't you understand you were like creating an artificial high, and you're going to have to come down off of it?
Actually. If I can get like 30 seconds to actually address that, that's a really interesting question because some people may have heard this before, but if you remember in the original Saw movie, you know the whole thing is set up in the room. Okay, so it's a room, and there's two dudes that are shackled.
You're muted again. I'm sorry.
Gotta play a game. Right, so they're trying to figure all that out.
Yeah.
And I saw this movie way when I was younger, when it came out, 2000, whatever. There's a line near the end of the movie where one of the people shackled up is a doctor. The other one is just he's a photographer or something. And the doctor is starting to notice things about the trap that they're in. And he's like, "Oh, well, this is new, and that the guy who's doing this to us, got this on point." The other guy is like, he's like, "Sounds like you like this dude." And the doctor says, in order to treat a disease, you have to be aware of what that disease can do. And for whatever reason, that line stuck in my mind. So the first time I did drugs, I was in college, and that just stuck with me. That you have to be aware that you are getting into like real hard drugs. And so I'm the only one of my drug friends that never graduated to heroin, never did stuff like that, because of the fact that I consistently would do 3 days on, 3 days off.
Yeah.
And
can I make a suggestion though?
Yes,
you're one of two types of druggies. Some people are genuinely like they're just don't want to participate in life. You were slumming it. You know how people slum it? Like, so you go live in the projects or whatever to see what it's like, but you know you're coming out of it. I think you knew you were coming out of it.
Oh, definitely.
But
we have a
how else do you explain how people come out of it?
Free John Zerka.
You were always going to come out of it. You were just lashing out about something, and once you got it out of your system, then you're done with it. And the pain, which is minor, the pain of getting clean, wasn't that big of a deal. Right?
Well, I do use this to avoid that. So if it's kratom, do not touch Zerka. We can't, Zerka. Brother, we're trying to talk here, brother. So don't touch kratom if you don't need to, especially 7-OH. But I was able to get off the opiates that were making me barely, but not really, functional by using kratom. And I've been on it for a while, and I know there's at some point I'm gonna have to leave that behind. But I'm just kind of.
Why didn't you do methadone?
7-OH is fucking crazy.
And he's back.
Ag with the Big 10 says 999 mute Zerka. Time starts fresh 10 minutes.
Kratom's nothing.
Ag does not like your guitar playing, Zerka.
I didn't go to methadone, but I had a roommate who took Suboxone. And so that was how I initially got off the actual pills. What I did, but that was actually a bad move because I didn't understand. That. Well, I mean, I understood what the coming down was from 3 or 4 days of consistent use. Yeah. But and then this Suboxone is supposed to help you with addiction. I didn't understand. It's the same with kratom, that the weaning off time, the withdrawal time, is about twice as long with something like Suboxone or kratom than it is with just the pill. So if I had just taken my 3 to 5 days and been like, okay, I'm done with this, I 10 years ago I would have been done. Now I drink one of these every single day.
Yeah, but it is a trade-off, as I guess I'm assuming IJ. Like the long half-lives make the withdrawal last a long time, but then the short half-lives make the withdrawal extreme.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that common sense? If you're going to taper off slowly, it's going to take longer than
right. But that's why I wasn't. That's why I would only go 3 days at a time. So the upness that I would get would be the withdrawal. I don't even really say that I went through withdrawal. Like I felt like shit. I threw up, cold sweats, unable to control temperature. But like it wasn't like, oh, I got the flu. I'm dead. Because I never.
Because you're only doing it for 3 days at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
But this every single day.
13
See, what I don't understand about junkies,
that's fucking crazy, man.
If you wanted to get off, if any junkie who came to me, I could give you a formula. You would definitely not be addicted to drugs. Commit a crime that gets you 60 days in the can. At the end of 60 days, you're going to be clean as a whistle. And it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, you know what happens to a lot of people, though? Unfortunately, is you will, and I mean,
if you're a heroin junkie, presumably
you have to blend this with some knowledge, though, is the problem, because this happens all the time, as you guys are probably aware, where someone will get thrown in jail, their tolerance resets, and then when they get out of jail, they're fiending, so they use the same amount that they used to, and then they overdose because their tolerance is gone. This happens constant. What do you mean? No.
Yeah.
Yes. But I was in the can with guys. And I said, like, guys are in there much longer than me. And I said, are you still feeling cravings? Nope. For heroin, fentanyl, all of it, right? They don't feel the cravings. And I go, well, what are you going to do when you get out? They say, I'm going to go get an 8-ball. I agree with you. It could be dangerous if you're not your system's not used to it. I was like, why would you go do that? And they tell me because my girlfriend, my friends, whatever. And so they want to do it. It's not that they're addicted. They want to do it.
That's wrong.
They want to.
They want to because they're addicted.
Like suicide.
It is, but what you're saying is, what they are saying is that they want to do that, not because if they had a free choice, this is what I was saying about choosing to do a drug in the first place versus doing it while you're in the throes of addiction. They want it because of the impacts that it has on their body. But once you get down that road, then you have an understanding, a better understanding of all the baggage that comes with it, which you likely don't, or well, you definitely don't, before you start doing the drugs. And so that goes to the point, that underlines the point that it is a completely different mental process of choosing to do a drug for the first time versus continuing to do a drug that you're already addicted to, even if you withdraw.
But what I'm saying is, it's not at that point, if you do 60 days in the can, you're not physically addicted to the drug anymore. It's not the drug. It's just that you want the high because your orientation in life is fucked up. You just don't care about anything. You'd rather feel high than deal with whatever issues
I talk
you
about
may have in your life.
I talk about how I miss the simplicity of living that life where I didn't care about bills, I didn't care about friends, I didn't care about all I cared about was getting high or being high. That was all. What is it?
Yeah.
I was just looking this up. It's like it's a partial mu opioid receptor agonist. I don't know. It's a research chemical, but it looks interesting from just Googling.
Are we sure it's not like 7-0H? That's
no, I don't think so. Do you buy pure 7-0H? That's fucking crazy, man.
Me? No.
That's like worse than most opioids, I think.
Yeah.
Confluence. Did you used to have substance abuse problems?
Just Zins and I drink a little.
That's 7 Zins.
A little too much, but not like a bad amount. Not a bad amount, but
yeah, I know.
A little bit.
I just sounded like you knew the lingo.
Oh, I'm like fascinated by drugs. Despite not being super into
shit. Me too.
I think there are a lot of lies with drugs. I think that a lot of it is lies that people tell themselves. But there are honest junkies who'll say, like, I do drugs because I want to do drugs and because I don't want to quit. Because it's just like fat people. They want to be fat. They're not.
Yeah, well, I think I agree, Ben. Like when people are using drugs, it is like some type of, obviously, like it's a mental thing. It's not just like, because even when the physical thing goes away, this is one thing that happens where I can't remember what they call it, but they'll put you under like general anesthetic. Then they'll blast you with Narcan So you go through like precipitated opioid withdrawals very rapidly, but you don't feel it at all. But the problem is almost all the people go back because you're treating like the dependency, but you're not like treating like the mental issues that are like going along with shooting heroin or something, you know, which is probably stuff going on.
I was in the hospital. I had like morphine right in my veins. It felt fantastic, but I had no desire afterwards to like do morphine.
And that's the thing. It's the same with like the people. I don't know if you're familiar with like the Vietnam stuff where people would like go to war, right? They'd smoke heroin out of their fucking guns and all this shit. And most of them that came back were not hooked on heroin. Like some of them were, but the vast majority, as soon as they came back, and this ties into like the Rat Park psych experiments where the environment and all the mental stuff changes everything.
If you have a happy life, you don't do drugs.
Right.
It's not.
Okay,
like
I'm gonna try to read this super chat. I feel like this guy was trying to get past the YouTube TOS so well. Pseudonym. Am I a Zionist if I say control the world yet don't want to buy their own weapons? Take the cheap rosot. I don't know what that is. Using cheap route of using other people's money.
I'd say that's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, I would say that's deeply anti-Semitic.
I would say that's definitely not repent. Zionist.
And I will be telling BB personally that you said this, pseudonym, okay?
Because it's got the cheap in it.
Don't let your beeper go off, brother. Okay, don't let your beeper go off.
Don't let your beeper go.
But yeah, what about you two? Any substance abuse issues? Like you, like Ben and Grace,
Cigarettes.
Just nicotine and caffeine, if you want to call that an issue. But like nicotine in and of itself is like a wonder drug. I really do think it's not smoking, but like nicotine and caffeine are like wonder drugs. They're great.
Yeah, there's like, besides the addiction itself, I guess, or the dependency, there's like really no negative health connotations of like pure nicotine or pure caffeine.
Parkinson's and stuff.
Yes, that's true, right? Yeah, they're like doctors that smoke get like less Parkinson's, which is weird, but yeah, it's something about the nicotine
during the pandemic
acid or whatever it's called.
Little known thing that smokers actually did better than non-smokers.
Really?
Something to fucking do, probably, you know, keep you sane.
I don't know. I think it's good to stimulate your brain.
Someone told me, Grace, I don't know if this is true, but if it is true, this happened to me as well, where you started using Zins, but then you would smoke as you zinned, and I got into that habit where I just at the beginning, because I was trying to quit cigarettes, and I'd be zinning and fucking smoking, and I'm doing like multiple avenues. You know, I'm like fucking goofing 5 Zins. I'm just kidding.
For 2 months, I quit, and then
it's fun to smoke a cigarette.
With enough Zins, I have finally quit. Except if I'm like at a party, then I'll smoke cigarettes. Otherwise, I have not. And yes, I can tell, student, that you worked hard. You probably had to try it like 16 times to get it through the YouTube filter. I appreciate it.
So nobody covered Sean Hannity.
Unmuted? Oh no, Zerk is almost unmuted.
So definitely nobody covers Sean Hannity.
What's up?
Can you say what happened still? You were just watching it and you got a channel strike just from watching it? It wasn't after you like challenged or anything? Like,
well, so no. So typically when they do copyright, like if they just like demonetize it, maybe they'll shut the stream down. You usually don't get a strike. So this was like 5 hours after the Sean Hannity on PBB. It was like 5 hours after it came out. And I just saw it and I was like, oh, man, let's cover this. But I didn't realize that it wasn't, you know how they have this new thing where you can tag different channels as the channel, like what video, instead of it just saying what channel, it's got like this person and this person. And it was also tied to Sean Hannity's channel. And so unquestionably, there was somebody watching, looking out for any streams like that. And my thing was just a giant face of Sean Hannity. And so newt. So then I'm in the process now because unlike like when they demonetize, it's not just a claim. It now becomes a legal thing. So I am challenging. I potentially could go to court for this. I highly doubt Fox would come down on somebody this small, both in channel size and in height. But that's the hope. So either way, I can't stream all week. But if 10 business days goes by without them responding, then everything is dropped.
Were you transforming it? Were you commenting?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So I mean,
you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
And it's
they're just being dicks.
Well, they
Sometimes
changed something.
It automatically happens.
I think
too.
it's probably automatic. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Reviewing a therapist who has a very popular channel, and my stream was cut in the middle as a copyright flag or whatever.
But did you get a strike for that?
No.
So that was the content ID. The fact that I got an actual strike means that it was a person that was like, "Oh, fuck you!" With you're not even
claimed, you can find
taken
that
down,
in your YouTube
but never
studio.
a strike.
If you go to, there's like a whole section where it shows people who use your content, and you can say copyright strike. You can push them. Copyright strike them.
Yeah, and so I mean, hopefully they don't take it any further. I might get sued, but most likely. And then even if they reject it or whatever, then after the 7 days, I'll be allowed to stream again. And it's just 90 days where it's kind of like you're in probation. But during that time, guys, Morty is very, very hungry. Double treats and a push-up for every $1. Just saying. Venmo's right there. I'm broke. I have 0 dog training clients. I need your help.
Have you ever considered going on Kick?
Yes. So I use StreamYard as well, and so they changed their tier system, and I used to have I think there was only 2 tiers, and one that you could have 10 different destinations. So I do YouTube, Twitch, X, Rumble, Kick, it was all. And then they changed it to it was fucking $500, $600, $700 a year to have that many, and I wasn't getting much traction on other platforms anyway. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go to the next one where it gives you 3 destinations." And X doesn't do anything, so now I do YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Would have kept the stream going if anybody came over to Rumble, but go fucking follow me on Rumble so that in case this happens again, we can fucking stream.
You have to pay attention to the platform, though. You can't just stream to it and hope that you gain an audience. You have to cultivate an audience over there.
Fair. How would you do that?
Kick. Well, so we did it. We did that originally because we got struck by Keemstar,
demonetized
asshole, or demonetized.
What a bitch.
Yeah, he's a bitch. So then we went over to Kick, and. Well, what we started doing it before this happened because Kick actually pays an hourly wage.
Yeah.
Which is nice because it's depending on your audience, but you have to qualify and all this stuff. But then you don't even need super chats and stuff. But
I'm listening.
You have to people will prefer YouTube to Kick because Kick's a new platform. It's harder to manage. It's less stable. But it has certain things like badges and stuff and different things you can do. So you have to cultivate people utilizing those. They do this thing where it sprinkles emojis on the screen. And you can only do that on Kick. So you try to cultivate those people. You thank them. You whatever, say
I was so desperate for attention last night. I wanted a TikTok live. And holy fuck, it was the opposite of what we do here. You're
basically, what you have to do is move your YouTube audience over to Kick by going on YouTube and then say, "I'm moving to Kick."
It's hard to get them over there, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm not quite because I have 5.2K subs. I'm not. Maybe it's the people, or just the size. But I don't have enough pull to if I'm there, they'll watch. But if I'm hey guys, if I put a community tab post and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do Rumble." Tomorrow I was thinking of doing a movie night. I don't even know if anybody's going to show up to that, but whatever. And people just will not leave the site. I have a free Discord that I'm yo, legit. This isn't just about me, on my own show. It's not just about me being a dancing monkey to try to make money. I'm legitimately trying to build a coalition, build a community. It's free, and no one does that. And I mean, I get it, but it's fucking frustrating.
What is your niche?
So I'm moving away from the atheist part of it, but I was the based atheist. But more so, I'm going I do live streams, but it's a long form reaction. And so I'll take a podcast like the Hannity on PBD, and I'll go through it and break down
political mostly.
Yeah, mostly political. And break down like what is being said, what is the subtext. I want people to be better at being able to talk to people that they disagree with and understand the tricks that people who are in bad faith are trying to use. I think we can all get better on that level. Then even though we disagree on X, Y, and Z, we can have more civil conversations about how to solve.
So are you left? You would say you're left of center, or you're progressive?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm right of center.
Oh, you're right of center.
I'm lowercase L libertarian minded. I voted for Trump only in 24. Not very happy with some of the things, but he is very clearly the best president that's been in my life.
But that space is like very well, like that's pretty saturated.
Really?
No,
political commentary, right of center.
I could grift.
I mean,
wait, what do you not like so far? Just curious.
I don't like how I like how Venezuela went down, but I don't like that it was done just on a dime. But I would be able to understand there's confidential stuff that maybe I don't need to know about, or I didn't need to know about, so that our enemies. I'm really not happy with Iran. I don't like the fact that when Bibi Netanyahu was here and they were in that press conference, somebody asked Pam Bondi about the Epstein files, and Trump was like, whoa, we're still talking about that? That's a Democratic hoax. And then what was the last thing? Making fun of Mueller's death. Like literally to the week.
That was bad. That was bad. The Mueller death tweet was insane. That was insane.
6 months, not to the day,
I don't really know how you expected anything else from him.
6 months to the week that Charlie Kirk was killed, and he's going to say, "Oh, I'm glad he's dead." Yeah,
I'm glad he's dead. That was worse than the Rob Reimer.
I don't know how you expected anything different.
Rob Reiner passed away from TDS.
You're right,
sir.
On
Confluence this K2.
Bye. But you're right, Circa. About expecting something different, and I think what I saw from Trump as of 2016, like when I started as a never Trumper, and what red pilled me, I think there was a period in time where we needed that shakeup, and I think that was very good. And now things have been shaken up, and now we need everything back to settle, which seems impossible with Trump as the base. So even before the election, when people were talking about, a third term, like, no, that will not be good for anybody.
You need to get out there and debate.
I don't really know how.
I do. I'm debating Zerk on Saturday.
You are? Oh, okay.
He says what he's going to do here, right? I mean, this is a tale as old as time where you give people a little bit of power. Hopefully, it'll fix your situation, and then they don't give it back, right?
I'm sorry. What was that, Circa?
It sounds like you wanted Trump
Circa, stop mumbling.
Have a little bit of power to fix what you thought was necessary, and then hopefully he gives it back.
Yeah. And the fact that, I mean, you can, I'm sure you're thinking of January 6th, but very obviously Joe Biden was in fact the president in the White House, despite the fact that the 2020 election was shady at the least. So I don't see any legitimate worry that, he's gonna, not leave all this. If he would have done that, he would have done that before. True. And hey, if he doesn't, then I will happily be like, all right, fuck this dude.
No, he'll leave office.
I mean, that might be
He's
too late
old.
then, though, right?
Yeah, he's only in politics just because it's.
He's going to be impeached way before that. Okay, we're gonna lose the midterms, and then they're gonna impeach Trump.
You know what they say? Whenever you need someone,
and
to
at this
die,
point, I don't even give a fuck. Okay,
me neither. Because we have to understand that there's a class of people that are politicians. And maybe I was, I don't know what the word is, but delusional. Fine. Maybe I was delusional to think that there could be a president, there could be a politician that was different than the politicians. And for a while, I feel like Trump was a politician that was different from the politicians. But now, Trump is just a politician. So ask me how I feel about politicians.
Okay, Trump's first term. You were not a Trump supporter, right?
No, not until after the Rittenhouse trial.
Beginning, right?
Correct.
Did you think he was not a politician in 2016?
Yeah.
That he would drain the swamp?
No.
Do you remember his?
Well,
cabinet?
I mean, honestly, I didn't know enough. Like, I started just to give you a frame of reference. I was in college in 2008, and I was walking home from my friend's dorm, and there was a bunch of black people celebrating outside, and I didn't know why. And I went inside, and then realized that we had our first black president. So I was not paying attention until
Trump's
that man walked out.
His entire first cabinet was probably the most lobby. You know, Rex Tillerson, we had Scott Pruitt, we had Ajit Pai, we had...
Yeah, that's why I was a never Trumper.
I know, but from the beginning, he's never shown anything other than being a politician, I think. Someone who's not going to drain the swamp. But
fair, but again, my point was not that he is not, that I thought that he would not be a politician, but that he would be a politician in a way that would be acceptable and better, and I still do believe that. I still I definitely think he's better than Biden, and obviously we never lived under Kamala, thank goodness. But I think she
was vice president, so you kind of did, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that didn't really go that well, and so I don't like. There's no way that I could think that that we'd be better off without Trump, but that doesn't mean that I just suck him off and let everything go.
Wow.
You know, when I ask around because I have a lot of conservative friends and progressive friends, right?
I'm like this more. I'm like this. That's why I needed the opiates.
And I remember asking around why people voted for Trump in 2024, and the number one answer I got, and it seemed, was inflation in the economy. Is that something that you would agree?
Sorry, you said for 2016 or 2024 you were talking about?
2024.
No, I was more focused on the culture. I thought that the wokeness had definitely gone too far. And at that time, he was the no new wars president.
So how was Biden never even put forth any legislation for this?
For what?
Or for or against? I feel like.
Wait.
Local legislators did stuff, I think, but
stuff for what?
Woke agenda in the DNC platform. How does Biden become the worst president ever if you're concerned about woke shit and it's not even in their platform?
Because they support it, even if it's not in their platform. That the people, there's two different classes of people. There's the politicians, and then there's the voters. So the voters are all in line with what the on the left with. All in line with the woke ideology, and so it was beneficial to the politicians, even if they don't actually believe in all that thing, to pander to the woke progressives. And it was going at such a rate that I think people woke ideology is just the inability to divert from whatever the liberal orthodoxy is dictating. Like if a man can be a woman, then you have to go by that. You're not allowed to question that. Otherwise, you're not left wing. Otherwise, you're not a good person. So on and so forth. Whereas on the right, there's a different version of woke,
liberals
which is about
before 2017 would call transgender people boys and girls. This is a recent phenomenon, right?
The trans stuff is a recent phenomenon?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at least
trans people before 2017, and conservatives.
Sure, but it wasn't
just politely called trans people.
Like, oh, there's a tranny on the street.
Girls, depending on what they wanted. This is a
Drag
recent
existed before Trump too, but it wasn't political because they weren't talking to children.
You're right. It wasn't political. Correct.
And now it is.
I don't know why it became political. It's not really in anyone's platform, but.
And so I can't abide by the, regardless of the issues that we have with a politician. We're going to have a politician as a president regardless. And so if we have to pick from the politician class, then I'm going to go with the guy who is for two genders, against mutilating children. Even as a non-believer who has Christian values over just whatever flavor you get. I can't hear you when you talk over me. So if you wait till I'm done and then you talk, then
against circumcision.
Yes.
I don't know. Good question. I am, but
He's not.
Okay, so there you go. Something else. So there's Venezuela, Iran, Epstein, and circumcision. That's where me and Trump disagree. Doesn't mean he's not the greatest president in my life.
Is that what you wanted in your president, Zerger, for them to be running on an anti-circumcision platform?
I think to steel man him, if you allow me.
Put fourth position here.
Well, I think the steel man would be, if we're talking about trans stuff, then being pro-circumcision is also mutilating children's genitals. Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah,
such
that's
a
bad.
Similar. Leftist hogwash, yeah, to compare those two. So asinine. Holy fuck. Asinine.
Hey, do you ever do IRL?
Muted. He's talking too much.
Do what I
HR department.
You ever do IRL
How is it different? Just because there's tradition?
No, not really. Just because I don't really go. I don't really go outside of
IRL.
I would.
If you were up for it, I would meet up with you because we meet up with all sorts of different people across the country. You know, get to know them in person.
Come on, Bubble. Confluence
go
would
to
let you on.
whatever you'd be into, political things. I know a guy, Lalo.
Yeah, you have a very charismatic personality, so you'd hit the younger crowd.
What? I mean, what region are you guys in?
We're New England.
Oh yeah, I'm in Jersey.
Oh,
Jersey. We were just down there.
Grab it for you.
Oh, that's cool. Just you guys can leave me out of it. That's fine. I'm not like hurt or anything. I'm not like no. It's like water off a duck's back. That's fine.
No, we should meet up at we were down
in Texas.
We were in Atlantic City recently, and they had this big thing, word war debates, and it was political debates. So for the most part, wasn't it? It was like
I've seen some. Yeah.
Well, we went. Grace got like millions of Twitter. Because we were the only ones there who were covering it as like third party. It was fun. It was interesting to see. And Atlantic City is kind of interesting. I don't know if you're near there. It's kind of a shithole, but especially in the winter.
Yeah, that's
cool in a way, but it's like Atlantic City.
Yeah, that's like a 2-hour drive for me. That's nothing.
Yeah,
you got a Discord?
We got this for DebateCon that was in it. Yeah. Oh no, that was Jersey City. Either way. Somewhere in Jersey.
Go on Grace's Discord. It's you guys can like share.
Do you have like a Discord handle?
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. If you want to drop your Discord in the private chat, then
yeah, sure. It's just Grace M. Thorpe, pretty sure.
The nice thing when you get into IRL, it's a little like you get a little drama. But you probably could handle it. But like, there's way more money too, because people, they'll pay for you to go out to lunch, do whatever stupid antics you do, and it's pays way better than just like YouTube.
Just panel stuff,
Political.
If you want to make money, like it's a good. We've started a couple people's IRL careers. They've had some.
Yeah, if you pretend to fall in love with Grace, like it's like. Guaranteed $1,000.
Romantic arc. Let's go. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I haven't found a white guy yet. You're the closest, I guess.
Well, I mean, everybody in my chat seems to think that I get the white card, but I don't want to be part of the fucking Cracker Barrel.
I'm not letting you in the club, Lutch. I'm sorry.
Would you only date other Indian
girls? There has to be some standards. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, this is John Elden Ring. I'm very
John Elden Ring.
Oh, exactly.
I'm talking.
How was your phone call with Binks?
Well, I'm talking to two of my friends now, Binks and another.
Is it Denied Claim?
Argentina. No, not Denied Claim.
Oh, that's the one who might come on the panel. Inshallah.
Hey, John, why the red? Why
the red? Well, so my face is kind of fucked up right now. Like I use a safety razor to shave, and I nick myself quite a bit because I'm getting used to it, and I haven't washed my face in probably a day. So the red hides all of that.
AI. Is that your girl on the phone?
Are you AI?
Are you AI?
Am I AI? I'm so drunk right now.
Otherwise,
Ben Thorpe, you and I would have beef. Actually, you've been pretty reasonable tonight. So
Mute John Elden Ring. Keelan comes back for 2 minutes.
I haven't been listening.
It's muted.
I haven't been listening. So, oh.
Sorry, John, you were just saying too much. You're spurging too much. It was just too much spurging for Podesta to handle.
Come on.
Yeah, is this guy 18? That's my question too. Okay.
Which guy?
That's my
John
question
Elden
too.
Ring?
John Elden Ring, yeah.
Hang up on
What if he was
ChatGPT,
17?
bro.
Who cares?
No, it's a thing.
Are you going to transport
it's too
him
long to
interstate
explain.
to have sex with him?
I'm so drunk.
You don't have to
It's
be that
wild.
crazy about the 18 thing unless you're going to be getting with someone. YouTube's fine under like 13 and up. It's fine.
Well, I try not to bring people under 18 on the panel, just because a lot of the conversations can go in
if you feel like it's,
direction. Yeah,
if you feel like it's adult.
Yeah,
but no, I've never had someone.
I've never
had someone try to join who's. Well, I mean, I don't. It's not like I can, check people's ages or whatever. But
yeah. No,
I
your
personally have
subject
never
matter
seen-
wouldn't lend itself to like 13-year-olds.
I've never
No.
seen a teenager on a Boit panel ever anywhere, so I have no idea why anybody
In Discord
is
they
worried
come
about
on.
it.
In Discord,
we have an
they come on.
18-year-old that comes on a lot. So I mean, and he so that's probably the youngest. But
Yeah.
no one under that. But yeah,
Man,
I think
this
the
panel took a
Zoomers
hit.
usually have
Sirkar's gone. John's gone.
But
Well,
do you
that's not
really,
sad.
Marcus
That'll be-
is
two
drunk.
people are just chair
do you really
reacting.
think if a 16-year-old was talking to like this panel that it would be? Wouldn't you think it would be probably more wholesome than most of the stuff they're consuming?
Probably, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd have to take I don't think I would say anything untoward, but on an open panel, I feel like I'd have to be more cautious of what everyone else is saying,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And so some of my panelists can be a little wild at times. Okay, so I feel like the underage thing would just magnify that to an 11.
Can I just say, for the sanctity of the channel, chatters, maybe just before you want to mute somebody, maybe it shouldn't be just because you disagree with them. Maybe it should be
No, absolutely not. You can mute someone. Don't listen to Lutch. You can mute someone for any reason. A kick is $75. You can kick the host for $150. Okay. Mute anyone you feel like it. Okay. Anyone you want, especially Indian Jesus. Okay. Zerka's back.
I wish we'd met Indian Jesus just like a week ago, because we could have brought him to CPAC.
My shirt was too heavy.
Oh, true.
Do you say your shirt was too heavy?
He's a political
It's fucking
guy.
hot, man.
A2 says it's the Blue Jays. It is, in fact,
Sirkar,
the
can
Blue
you
Jays.
please angle your mic so it's not like every time you breathe,
But then we can hear him sigh, so we know he's
down
exasperated.
maybe, or to the side or something. Anything would be better. It's driving me crazy.
That's the John Zerka ASMR, okay? You'll learn to enjoy it eventually, Grace.
Did you say Zerka because that name sounds like John Zerka? Is that where he got the name
I just
from?
call him John Zerka. I mean, I don't think that's why Zerka chose his name, but he prefers when you call him Zerka. He's told me that many times.
Does he identify as John Zerka?
Yeah, he's trying to live up. He knows he can't attain to the level of John Zerka, but he's doing his best.
I
He's
don't
doing
think
his best.
is
And who
John
can?
Zerka
Who
gone
can?
now. Once he was
He
like,
kind of,
He's probably doing a bunch of coke and I don't even know, but
he was like cuddling up with a 16-year-old. That's the last.
oh yeah, he got. Oh fuck, I forgot about that. He got bad enough pick for that,
Wasn't
right?
that fake though?
Holy
Wasn't the
shit.
girl actually 18, but she
No,
pretended to be 16?
If I remember, I think she showed him a fake license, so it wasn't even really his fault. But then she said it was a fake license. It was like her sister's license. So I think she actually was underage, and then he said that he had sex with her and stuff. And obviously, it didn't happen on Kick, but he said on Kick that he did, and they were cuddling in the bed and all this. And yeah, I don't know if Kick. I don't know if he's permabanned.
He was
it takes
really
a lot to get banned off
popular.
Kick.
He was really popular there. For
I will
a
say,
while.
I think,
Totally
and this is a
He
hot
flamed
take.
out.
Yeah.
Zerka and Destiny together is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like either of them alone is kind of like can be annoying, but the two of them together is like magic chemistry.
Yeah, I can see
I'm
that.
just gonna be honest. They
also,
just like rip off each
Sneeko
other
and
so
Rolo
good.
Tomasi was funny too.
Yeah, there's like
I didn't even know about that. I definitely gotta see that.
Work well.
Zerka though, like he flamed on too because like wasn't it like his first literal stream? He got like 500,000 views.
Something like
so
that.
easy come, easy go.
Yeah, well,
That's
I
the
think
downside.
the way I've never seen it, but I remember him talking about how he got big, and he said his strategy was he went on a panel and he pulled out a gun and threatened to like unalive, and that's like what made everyone pay. And I was like, I guess that's marketing, baby.
It was something about a gun.
What he says. Yeah, I don't know if that's like actually what happened, but that's what he says happened.
I think it was over when he got beat up by HS Tiki Taki. I think that was it, and the rest of it was just like flaming out, like the 16-year-old.
He was funny, but I just think he was doing too many drugs. And
yeah, well, yeah, he definitely was. Yeah.
Whoever's drinking out there, dilly.
He still posts on Twitter, you know. But it's like it's this bizarre stuff. It's like, let me see if I can.
He hit that red pill stuff right at the right time, but I don't think it's very current.
That's the thing. I don't think the red pill has like enough legs. Like, I think the people that are really like, even at whatever podcast, I think is not doing good compared to like the views it used to get. Like, I feel like the red pill stuff is like dying off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, did you guys see the Netflix documentary with Louis Theroux?
He does a lot of this stuff.
Oh, I keep meaning to watch it.
Like,
it is profound to wake up. I want to read this. It's profound to awaken to the truth that there exists a spiritual self beyond space and time, a self far more real than the temporary personality you inhabit now. Holy shit. Zerk has found God or something akin to God.
Drugs.
Drugs, yeah. Large amounts of coke. The closest to God you can get without God.
He used to say he was Catholic. That stuff is like, that's just new age.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just...
At least he didn't pull a Sneeko and become Islamic, okay? I mean, that's annoying. Sneeko is someone I can't find much enjoyment with most of the time, to be honest with you. But Zerka does have like a funny personality, just like
Zerka's more funny. Sneeko's kind of like, and I'm not saying this. Yeah, he's kind of angry kind of personality, or dorky.
I try to get we were in New York City when he was saying like, I'm looking for a date in New York City. I was like, oh, you should meet my daughter Grace. He's like, what do you want me to do? Fuck her? I was like, no.
He said IRL looking for love in New York City, and I was in New York City, and I was like, I tried to send him a super chat, like a TTS message, like, hey, I'm a female streamer in New York City, we should meet up. And he muted the TTS as it came in. I was like, how fucking incel do you have to be? Like, what is wrong with you?
Pathetic.
He's on an Islamic grind set, okay? He doesn't want a temptress in his life, okay?
Well,
he wants
don't
real
say
love,
looking
Grace.
for love in New York
He wants
City,
real
pussy.
love, okay?
I think he's the perfect age. Sorry, go. Yeah, I think Sneeko is the perfect age and the perfect person to be the poster boy for getting quote unquote famous too young. Because I used to like I've been following. I followed Sneeko for mad. I don't know how I stumbled across him, but before he was streaming, and he did
an artist.
Yeah, they were thoughtful things.
Yeah.
And then Andrew Tate came in and
he was an artist. I thought he was a model.
No, he was doing art. Like,
but But the videos were very artistic, and they had a point, and they were poignant. There was substance there, and then
I just think the Tate thing like blew him up too fast. Maybe he couldn't mature into the part or something, and then
maybe not too fast, but because he was so young and he was doing well, then he was in that mindset of, and I'm kind of speculating here, but like, oh, I can do no wrong. And so then when you go, like, oh, I'm the Islam man, and I love it, like, then you think like, oh yeah, bet.
Yeah, it just becomes one grift after the next because no one thinks he's practicing Islam.
No. The last thing I heard him, I saw a clip on Twitter. He was like, I think I told you this, Dad. He was like, I don't even bother with going on dates anymore unless there's two women and then they can talk to each other and I don't have to listen to them and then we can have a threesome. And I was like, well,
very devout.
Inshallah, brother.
I mean, I guess the multiple wives thing, but it's not multiple girlfriends.
It's not
in
threesome.
bed.
Probably not a threesome.
Threesome.
But no, I mean, that has to be just because of Tate, the Islam thing.
I think the red pill, the next move for red pill is to come to, there's been a huge growth in Catholicism and also Eastern Orthodoxy, like traditional religions. They have to find a way to connect with each other because the Christians are far too feminized and effeminate as a whole, like mainstream Christianity definitely is. The red pill is too retarded. Like it doesn't have any depth to it. It's just a bunch of things that are incoherent. It's basically just misogyny. And misogyny is not really like a philosophy.
Yeah, I'll be honest in the fact that there was I'll say significant period of time where I felt like red pill content was like, oh, I found the mother lode. Like my dad is, my dad worked a lot and he's also a happy wife, happy life type of guy.
Yeah.
And so I never really got that structure on how to, deal with women. And then when I was in high school, I was in a long-term relationship, and then I was in college, I was in a long-term relationship. So by the time I was out of that, then we were, into the dating, the dating apps and stuff. And so I was like, plus I'm fucking short as shit. And when people went out to third spaces, I'm charming as a motherfucker. But you just see a picture of a brown guy that's short and swipe.
You really think so? I would say Grace. What would you rate this guy just face wise?
Oh,
he's like a 9. You're a very good looking guy. I would.
Did you say 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very symmetrical.
Yeah.
Well, dilly to you guys. I will take that.
No, I mean I'm not. Don't you think Confluence? He's a good looking guy.
I'm definitely not.
I can't really tell with guys, to be honest.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I'm not gay. No homo. No homo, bro.
I don't mean it that way. I can't. Like, if you asked me, I couldn't tell if Lech was like a 4 or a 10. Like, I can't.
No, I'll give you that. Like, so I couldn't do a dick pic rating. I couldn't do a dick pic rating because I'm like, I don't know what you'd be looking for. But you are gay if you can't say a guy is good looking. You're gay.
I'll agree with that.
It's not like I can't. It's like there's. It
you
has
won't
to
let
be
yourself.
like.
It's not like he can't. He won't. It's not like he can't. He won't.
So
he just
the
said
example
it.
I always bring up in this is Adam Levine. I can tell Adam Levine is a good-looking guy because he's like got the stereotypical features.
Let's troll this guy.
Yeah, from Maroon 5.
Well, let's put some pictures up. Let's put some pictures up and see if this is true. Not dick pics. Let's put some pictures up and see if you have
I could
no
probably
idea
tell.
what an attractive man is.
No, but like if I was like, again, I'm saying like with you, Ben, I have no idea. I would have no idea what people would rate you. I could not give you a number. If you show me someone who's like super asymmetrical or someone who's like super symmetrical, I could probably tell that.
I understand a burn victim, but like, come on. No. Let's see if we can figure it out, Grace. Pick up. Steve Buscemi or Brad Pitt? Who's more attractive in the conventional sense? Can you not figure that out?
Attractive. That's what I mean. On the outliers, because I think Brad Pitt is like actually, you know what I mean?
Okay, so can you rate yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably a 5, 6. I have no idea. I don't know if anyone can.
You don't think this guy is like objectively like stunningly sort of attractive? Like he could be a model?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I've never
like you could say he could be a model.
No, but you can see he's got like a strong nose, good teeth,
never thought about
good
it.
skin, good hair.
I do not. And my teeth used to be good. I used to have fucking great teeth, and then I got into drugs. And I mean,
Amara.
Sorry, but.
Ben Thorpe, would Jesus be red or blue pill?
Daddy, he'd be my pill, daddy pill.
Jesus.
Oh, well, real quick, if I can just finish what I was saying. If I can just finish what I was saying about the red pill. So because of all that.
It's all about the father, right?
Exactly. So the reason I brought all that up, I was saying that there was a period of time where there was legitimate information in red pill manosphere content that I needed that I didn't have. But I very quickly realized, especially after Kevin Samuels died, that a lot of these guys, it's just the inverse of feminism. And I was just okay, you got some nuggets of truth there. Now I've got those. Now I understand. Because I just used to think that, talking about red pill, blue pill, I just used to think that women and where sugar and spice and everything nice, you just gotta be yourself. But I got in 2 long-term relationships by just being myself. But, that's when you're younger. And
he was saying I didn't read this super chat. I swear I did. Did I read the super chat? I'll read it again.
No.
We need the Pope to call for a crusade that should unite us all. Law. I read this, right?
I don't know if you waited for an answer, but you did read it.
Yeah,
well, you know, Lutz, you should, you know, who'd be an interesting person for you to go, if you've got free time. Have you ever heard of a guy named No Fugazi podcast?
No
Fugazi. Yes, the black dude. Yeah. The black dude,
Dave Cooley. Yeah, you should go on his panel. He'll take anyone. He's very friendly, because he does a lot of red pill stuff. But it's like semi-retarded, I would say. It's like Andrew Wilson type stuff, but like less.
Is that the manipulation guy that's on Arbitrage? Yeah, okay.
Secular.
Manipulation.
But he will, like almost no one else. He will take anybody, and he's got like he'll have like 300 concurrent, whether those are actual people or not. But like it's not like Confluence.
Oh,
that's fired.
That's fired. I don't know. Yeah. Do you guys? I mean, it's kind of bringing this back up. But is Sneeko grifting, or has he just lost his way?
He's a grifter. We actually personally know his ex-girlfriend. So when he was doing his Muslim thing and his red pill thing, he was a total simp for this like crazy black girl named Zena, who's a total slut. And he was side piecing her and like trying not to let anyone know. But she's a total gold digger. Like she owns it, right? Like, but she's a dominatrix basically.
Why does it always work out that way? Yeah, we just found out, like, again, if you watch the Louis Theroux documentary about the red pill, like, he's interviewing Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit, and then the girl comes in, and, like, it's super, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna have all these wives, and then she's there, and he, like, walks it back real quick. Like, it's just fucking fake as shit. And if you can see that there is, you know, I'll bring this all the way back to my thoughts about Andrew Wilson. I often ask people, excuse me, I often ask people, do you think that Andrew Wilson, if he had the choice of A or B, A, he genuinely makes America a Christian nationalist nation, or B, he continues to make money off of pushing Christian nationalism? Which do you think it'd be? And I don't know for sure, but I do think it's the latter.
Well, yeah, because do you know what he would make it? How he would make it Christian nationalist? He's Eastern Orthodox. Eastern Orthodox is 1%, and the 1% is split into 13 different Orthodox churches. So you're talking about 1/13 of 1% of the country ruling over the country. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He doesn't think that would happen. That's like
yeah, but you underestimate the power of what's the word? Tight knit communities. I mean, a lot of
he doesn't even know what it means. He doesn't even know what the term.
Fair enough, but all the left wing craziness that we saw, like Summer of Love and all that, you know, it's dying down. But they're very, very, very well organized, and so you know they have they have the rhetoric down, they have the propaganda down. For, you know, if you're not somebody who's in this, like, you can hear them. Oh, that sounds good. You just don't realize they're talking bullshit.
Okay, question for the panel. I don't know who both is, but differentiate between the red and blue pill. I don't, y'all.
So I think
yeah, go ahead.
Black Lives, Snake Lives? Yeah, so, I mean, obviously the analogy goes back to the Matrix. So you take the red pill or the blue pill. So in the movie, the blue pill is where you can go back to your magical dream world where you think what you know is what it is, or you take the red pill and you're opened up to the truths of reality. And so whether or not somebody who calls themselves red pill or does red pill content is actually doing that is not really relevant to what is being referred to when we say red pill or blue pill. And so, you know, in dating, blue pill is going to be more like, you think women are, sugar, spice, everything nice, just be yourself. In politics, it might be something more along the lines of, these politicians actually care about me. Or the fight for homelessness, the homelessness 501c3Ps they're really trying to solve homelessness. Being red pilled is the ability to see through the projected message and understand what's really there. And there's levels. I mean, I certainly don't claim to know. I know exactly how this country works and who's at the time. I don't claim that, but at least comparatively to who I used to be and what I used to think, red pill.
Red pill would be like nice guys finish last. Women don't like guys who are too nice.
Yeah.
Be aware that women are into money and status. Height is more important to women than you might think. Stuff like that, which is all true.
Lutch, let me ask you a question because you were talking about Andrew Wilson. What if you had to say what is Andrew Wilson's aesthetic? Like, where do you imagine him? What do you imagine him living and doing in his daily life? What would you say you imagine?
Interesting question. I think I would imagine a lot of his time is spent, organizing whatever the whatever the Crucible is doing. But that could also be outsourced to somebody else. I don't know. What?
I mean, like his hobbies, that kind of thing.
I feel like at his level, you don't really have hobbies. Like you've turned talking to people, debating. That does seem to be his hobby. I don't know if he's like going out and playing pickleball or playing Magic the Gathering. But
you're not. You don't know enough about him to understand what I was trying to go for there.
Oh, right, yeah.
He comes across as like a rural, outdoorsy guy.
Yeah, he said like he's like has a gun range on his like ranch in Michigan, and they do like sort of homesteading type shit. Anyways, my point was going to be that they moved to the most bougie suburb, HOA gated community outside of Dallas that you could possibly imagine. Cookie cutter McMansion house, which I will give them credit, like, was expensive. But after all that talk about, like, being like homegrown and living in the country and stuff like that, they got a little bit of money and instantly got a beige McMansion in the Dallas suburbs.
I think they always had money though, Chris, because she's rich. Rachel's rich.
Maybe.
Yeah, I saw their old house was like $1 million.
Wait, who are we talking about? Who's rich?
The Wilsons.
How did Rachel get rich?
Then why would
she's family money?
Oh, I don't know.
If you look up
why
her
would
maiden
Andrew
name,
be
it's like
grinding?
a big name there.
Why would Andrew be grinding at that engineering or robot technician or whatever he calls it?
Well, they're not like it's not like filthy rich.
Yeah, and that's why I'm very open about the fact that like my dad's a doctor, and like I'm not living a spoiled life where I need money, fucking hit my Venmo. But like worst case scenario, like I am never going to be homeless. I'm never going to be worried about like where my next meal is coming from. And in a non-woke way, that is a legitimate privilege that a lot of other people don't have, and so I can recognize that. But my parents did a good job. Like I didn't even know that being a doctor like meant that you had more money until literally in middle school. I remember the moment. I was sitting in homeroom and there was a kid reading Motor Trend, and there just happened to be a picture of a BMW 740 IL, which my dad had at the time. And just, as an off, I was like, oh, hey, my dad has that car. What? That's crazy. And I was so ignorant that I was like, yeah. And you know what else? My mom drives a Ford Windstar. And so I think, my parents did a good job of instilling the at least financial values in us and not letting us know that, like, hey, if you completely fuck up your life, we got you. Which they do, but, like, they don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, I gotta take a piss, so I want to read the super chat.
Fuck up your life
let's piss together.
And answer it. Let's get this straight. Is a simp blue or red pill? A simp would be like blue pill. That would be blue pill. At the extreme of both sides, like the character both sides, red pill would like hate the women, the blue pill would be simping. But it cuts both ways, as everyone knows. When an OF girl goes on to whatever podcast, which is obviously kind of red pill adjacent, they get like a ton of traffic and everyone's subscribing. So it's a bit of like everyone is fake and no one has principles.
The horseshoe theory.
Are you feeling Confluence? Let's get together. Let's cross swords.
Horseshoe theory. No, I have to go. I'm not a stream pisser, unlike you and Ben. Okay,
I didn't forget about
that, man. I didn't forget about that.
This thing right now. There. This is Pseudonym has an interesting question here because I think there's a lot of people who would say something along the lines of like, if you got the money and you don't want to have to deal with what, you can go outside? Let's go outside. If you got the money and you don't want to deal with the bullshit, and I'm not paying her to fuck me, I'm paying her to leave. I don't see that would be strictly blue pilled. I don't know if I would call it red pilled, but it's certainly a different thing than your average simper.
You know, I think
that wasn't a yes or no question. Pseudonym. That was,
it literally
by definition,
was not yes or no.
You said, is a simp blue or red? Okay, yes.
It's
yes.
Is that
the answer you want? Yes.
It's an either or, not a yes or no. More, are you coming? You don't want to go outside? All right, I'll try. Yeah, I'll saw it. I tried. You better not shit in my fucking house, bro. Look at him. He's so fucking. Oh, I fucking love him so much.
Okay, you guys talk about something. Now I have to go pee for real, okay? I didn't do it last time.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking gangster. And I can talk while I'm peeing. But yeah, I generally, so go back to Predestin's question, I think generally the average simpery, if you will, is textbook blue pill. That being said, I think there is a way where you could be engaged in what would be technically simping. Like I think, getting a toot is technically simping. But if you are making the conscious decision that you could get other women, but you're just like, let me just pay this hoe. I wouldn't say that is a red pill per se, but I don't think that's blue pill.
Grace, can we do a quick how would you advise Lutch as far as the look?
I mean, I'm not a fan of long hair personally.
Good beard. He's got a good beard.
Good beard, yeah.
Good hair. Are you dreading it?
No, I legit. I just need a hair. Like it's all. I need a haircut. It's.
Well, how short would you get it cut?
Just like the right here we got just here. I mean, here's fine.
Why the length?
My brand is the Indian Jesus. I can't be the Indian Jesus with short hair. I didn't think of that before. So eventually, there's gonna have to be something.
Just put it back in a ponytail. Let's see what it would look like as a regular cut.
That's how I normally have it. Hold up. If I'm sleeping, I put a little bit more hair. But during the day,
he looks way more Indian without it.
Yeah, he looks way more Indian like that.
What do you mean? I don't know what it is that you're talking about.
That is true.
Yeah, okay. The long hair actually adds.
I think the long hair works, yeah.
It makes you look lighter.
It Americanizes me.
It does Americanize you. Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah.
Speaking of trauma, I got legit trauma about smelling like shit. I don't
really get that because I always thought curry smelled yummy. I don't really get the whole I hate the smell.
I think when there's the combination of all, I think I understand what you meant by curry cell, but I think the gestalt, if you will, of what a curry cell is the olfactory sense is the strongest one, and so it may be about the fact Bob's and vagine, but the smell is just so guttural. It's so guttural. And if it's not, that's not really connected to your life, then it's just a weird smell.
So can I ask you, your dad's it's a little bit of a stereotype. New Jersey, he's a doctor, he's an immigrant, right? So he still has the accent.
Not really. Not unless they're around my mom's family, but
and your mom's Indian.
No, my mom's actually Chinese mostly. Chinese.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you don't have this Hindu family,
right? And so to throw it all, my parents are actually West Indian. So my mom's family is from Jamaica, my dad's family is from Trinidad and Tobago, and I think 2-3 generations or something like so. Not.
Wait a second, is that has to do with India?
Well, no, the West Indies just means the Caribbean is called the West Indies because when Columbus came over, he thought he was in India. But there are a lot of
Oh, you're not
Indian-
from India.
No,
None of your people
well,
are
no,
from
my
India.
ancestors are, but like my parents are not. No, my
Oh,
parents,
so
my
for like
grandparents, my great
Kamala
grandparents
Harris,
are not from India.
like Kamala Harris's family is Jamaican, but also
True.
Indian.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
you're
So,
not,
Mom Kamala
you're not
Harris,
culturally
IJ.
Indian then, really. Your parents are not culturally
testicle,
Indian.
I don't even know what that is, and I don't want to.
Show us your
Yeah,
what cum gutter is.
Yeah, we're definitely the what's a guan, the balloon boss.
So your dad isn't like Hindu then?
No, my parents are Christian.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
I was
so then
born
you have
into
no
Catholic
cultural.
Church, confirmed in the Methodist, and then college after.
So that makes sense because I was like, why, if your dad is a Pajit doctor in New Jersey, why didn't you sit with the other Indian kids? It's because you're really not an Indian.
I guess, but I was also like, I have an older brother, and he's very, like he was into very like white American normal like punk stuff and skateboarding and stuff like that. So and then my parents knew early that us kids, like my brother, myself, or my younger sister don't really like Indian food that much. Or at least, especially when we were a kid. I still don't like it, but especially when we were kids. And so, she just wouldn't cook that for us. And so,
Grace, do you believe this guy has a Chinese mother? I don't see it. How do you have a Chinese?
You gotta see baby pictures. Look at the fold. It folds over.
You do
When I
have
was a
Asian
kid, I
eyes.
used to
Now that I-
Asian.
now-
He can
Oh,
see
now
he
I
looks-
see
Wait,
it.
have
Now
you
I
ever
see
done?
it.
So
Looks kinda Asiatic.
If you did your 23andMe, it would come up 50% East Asian from your mother. Is that right? Or she's a mix.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, yeah.
50% East Asian, and then like a little bit of black and a little bit of right?
What?
No.
No, there's a
100%
huge
like from India.
Yeah, there's a huge population of ethnically Indian people in the Caribbean. So there's like
And they stayed Indian.
Yeah, and so my parents actually so my dad went to medical. My dad's from Trinidad and Tobago, but he went to school in Jamaica where he met my mom. But then she went to school in England. So they spent 2 years apart, and then he finished and went over to England, and that's where they got married. And then they came to the U.S. And then my siblings and I were born here.
Okay, pseudonym really wants to understand.
He's confused.
So, is a gentleman a simp?
Did the female say something?
By nature.
Reading it, or is an asshole red pill / ass by their own nature? I don't get this convo at all. And females say something. Okay, Grace, you try this one.
It's all you, honey.
Is a gentleman a simp blue pill by nature, or is an asshole red pill / ass by their own nature?
No, it's a philosophy, right? It's not like two personality types.
But it tends to attract different kinds of people, I would say. So.
More conservative people are more red pillars.
Yeah.
More liberal,
more
blue
soft,
but you don't
liberal
want
people are blue. Yeah.
You don't want to convince. So wait, Susan, are we talking about the political red pill, blue pill, or are we talking about the dating red pill, blue pill? Because
I think we're talking about dating.
Similar.
I was asking
Dating.
about simping and all this stuff. So I think.
But
he
it does tend to go
dating
with
part.
red pill, blue pills.
But there's
The gentleman thing is also trad, which is conservative. I don't know.
But the gentleman aspect, like I would have thought of myself in my younger years as a gentleman, but only because I was being kind and nice, not because I was confident enough in myself to, do X, Y, and Z. So I do think that there is a basic, what's the word I'm looking for? Pattern? No,
Section 230 says asking the female to talk about what men are is simp behavior. There you go, buddy. There you go, pseudonym. There's your answer.
But pseudo doubles down.
Let
Let
the
the girl
girl
wants you to say
talk.
more,
Let
Grace.
the girl talk.
We want to hear from the
Explain
femoid.
it to him. As with most things, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. If anyone's invented the purple pill, right? It's probably a mix of both, right? Either extreme is probably like cancer if you think about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you get
I'm
really
more of a
extreme
blue
with the
pillar.
bread pill,
I'm more of a blue pillar than a red
the
pill.
bread pill. That's what I'm on. Cash money and
Bread
bands.
pill.
No, when you get really into it, it's like they start getting crazy. Like, women only care about you for status and money. Women are heartless. Women
And looks.
Women will marry a guy and then divorce him and trade up as soon as they meet someone who's better looking or has more money.
Yeah.
It gets kind of ridiculous. Women have no
Has anyone
hearts.
seen that? Have you guys seen that meme of the two people fighting with lightsabers? And one guy's like, all women are queens. And the other guy's like, if she breathes, she's a thought. And then they battle. Anyone seen this? It really does represent both sides, okay?
I actually think, like, you know, it's interesting if you say, like, oh, the red pill is new. If you watch movies from, like, the 50s, all the guys that red pilled, like, they don't treat women like princesses. They treat them like shit.
True.
And everyone thought it was fine. Like James Bond, like they're what it's like, I don't know, maybe it happened in the 80s or something where you had all these simpy kind of guys. But it's an aberration.
Well, but I don't know that I would necessarily say that, like, oh, the guys in the 50s, like, it was a different culture. And so not being a simp wasn't necessarily, like, in today's day, you can go either way. You wouldn't really be accepted in any part of society if you were too feminine as a man. And so I think that has a little bit more to do with masculinity rather than the ideology of red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, the problem is all the modern red pill is like a caricature of like the 50s stuff, right? Like they're trying to be that way. I don't think it's actually, you know.
I don't think it's actually even a caricature of the 50s stuff. It's like, it's reverse feminism. It's saying women are the enemy that men need to protect themselves from. And let me let you in on a little secret, guys.
The problem with, you can't learn how to be masculine. You either are or you aren't. It comes from confidence.
With that. I'll disagree with that.
Tell me one thing you can learn.
I learned that with the nature of the average female is not that she's just looking for a nice, sweet guy. And so understanding that even though I might be a nice, sweet, sensitive guy who that there's a game to be played in order to get the type of attention that I'm looking for. And so again, going back to the fact that when I was in high school, I was in a 3-year relationship. I got out of that, and very quickly I got into another 3-year relationship throughout college. That was right, and I went to college 2008 to 2012. So it was right at the time where this big cultural shift in dating was happening. And so before that, you know, like, I was doing it because, again, the third spaces thing, the fact that people were there, it wasn't based on my height. It was based on who I am as a person. You go to the dating apps, oh, you're brown, oh, you're short.
All right, well, wait. Give me an example of you when you were blue pilled, try to Riz Grace, just for fun, just for like a minute. Because I want to see the difference.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a sec here. So let's say that me and Grace work together. All right. Yeah. So work. So I just go, hey Grace, how you doing today?
I'm good, but I'm stuck in this printer.
I hate when that happens. What's going on with your printer?
No, I was making a porn reference. It's fine. My work day's going fine.
Word. So anything going on with that guy you were talking about, or can I slide in there?
That's what you would say, back in the day.
That's
I told you. I fucking told you.
I don't think that's blue pill. That's just crazy.
So I am turned Confluence panel into a speed dating, I guess.
What is the red pill version?
I didn't mean.
Your turn next. Now you get to Riz Indian Jesus, okay?
He's Rizless.
Indian Jesus.
I then slide in there like fucking slide in your DM.
No,
but exactly. That's the
fucking part. I
actually
heard the conversation of is Indian Jesus Indian, and that's when I came in on. Then I came in on whatever this is. I don't think Indian Jesus is Indian at all. Not at all.
He's half.
He's a Indian
guy. No, because he has a bathroom in his house, right? If he was a real Indian, he would just poop in the street with his dog.
I think he could be in Bollywood.
Could be. They've actually gotten pretty good with their movies.
That doesn't seem to understand that was me purposely being cringe or whatever.
Actually, the Bollywoods have got.
Guys, it was on purpose, guys.
They're so ridiculous. They're actually amusing.
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
I've heard
Lutch.
that.
Okay,
I've
now
never
you have
seen
to
them.
do the red pill version.
All right, yeah. What's the red pill version? What up?
So I'm making tea in the break room, and oh hey,
Call her a dumb bitch.
Yeah,
HR violation immediately.
No, you go and you knock the tea glass over and you say, "Make me one now."
No, I'd be more like, oh, you drink tea? What are you fucking? Come on, drink coffee like a goddamn American. No? Would you not respond to that? You wouldn't engage in that conversation?
I mean, they're both kind of cringe.
Yeah, I just like
okay.
tea,
Well, I don't know her. I'm not interested in
It's
her.
hard to
I'm
do
just trying to
Riz
get this
off the
the
rip
top.
like that. I will say, hard to be put on the spot.
But can we at least acknowledge the difference between?
I feel like they both have the same vibe, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's a different
I mean,
pill.
be more attractive, and then I'll fucking turn it on
This
for
is
real.
Indian
Oh.
pill. Oh.
That's his red pill side, by the way.
That was red
now
pill.
the red pill Riz is coming
I didn't
out.
even want
He's
you, you
making
fucking ugly
crazy.
whore.
You ain't on there. The
Cringe pill. Cringe pill. There we go. Drink fucking coffee like an American.
I think I tell me. Okay, so what would you say to that?
Oh yeah, I just like tea. Yeah.
You guys are like, oh, okay, you're boring. I'm gonna go talk to somebody else. What?
Well, in both cases, you're being kind of like super aggressive.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
But I get it. I get it. You're saying.
Wait,
that's
let's.
the setup.
Okay,
We
wait.
don't. If we were working together, I could be able to slow roll it. I'm trying to give you an example within 3 minutes.
What's something you did? What's something you did with your girlfriend's 3 year that you wouldn't do today?
Not
that
really.
You've learned not to do.
You mean in terms of the attraction part?
No, just like how you do the relationship thing.
Oh, I think I it's not so much about. I think I'm like my social skills are there. It's more about like what I would accept in terms of if we're fighting. But like I like to, you guys can tell, I like to talk things out. I'm very down to like, okay, so you said this. What does that mean? I didn't understand that. Like women don't like that. And so I just go on, and I remember there was a day that me and my college girlfriend were hanging out at a friend's house, and literally 6 straight hours we were arguing because I was trying to have a rational fucking conversation with this dumb bitch. That's now I'd be like, all right,
women love arguing.
And come back to me when we can have a calm conversation.
Women love arguing. Are you kidding me?
That's why I said the red pill. If you don't have a strong father figure in the context of dating, then the red pill is a good pit stop. Learn what the basics are, and then move the fuck on.
Well, you like arguing, so you argued with these women. So what's the problem?
Well, the red pill has good descriptors. It's the prescriptors where you have problems with.
I think you just
was that an is-ought distinction, Mo?
That's actually a decent point. That actually is a decent point.
No,
they
it's a
identify
descriptor.
a fair amount of problems, but yeah, their advice is like cancer.
As opposed to a prescriptor.
Yeah, because when they talk about things like marriage, the problems with it, divorce rates, all that's very factual and real. Right. But when they talk about like just banging as many whores as possible, then that's where things to the problem. To Lutch's point earlier, it does turn into minutism. It's like, hey guys, you hate feminism? You hate all that shit? Let's do the exact fucking same thing, only for men.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, there are some good points, but I think you're probably the same person that you were, but you just grew up a little bit.
I mean, maybe.
It gives you like some more hard truths. I mean, I don't know, however you want to quantify growing up.
Well, I think another.
Lutch, let me be honest with you. Red pill as you want to be, as many red pills as you take, If a woman wanted to bait you into a 6-hour conversation, she would. Right? You're not going to say, that's
only
it, bitch.
if I wanted to engage in that conversation. That is not the conversation I was talking about. If that conversation happened up here, I'd be like, okay, I'm not doing this. And I think that's really the heart of why, if you don't have that male figure, then understanding that you can't just be like, I felt like as a man, it was my responsibility to just be stepped on and treat
to make her happy.
Right. And so now just understanding like, oh, not only is that not healthy for me, that's just not how it works. And so now,
that because you had a bad experience and you learned from it?
If not, then fuck off.
Isn't that just because you had a bad experience and you learned from it?
What bad experience? What?
The 6 years of torture.
No, I was very happy in my
having a bad experience is not the same as knowing why or like why it happened or understanding the ins and outs.
I definitely didn't have a bad experience in my relationships. Like, yeah, they ended. I mean, I was a teenager and I was in college, so there's only so far that's going to go unless you find like the your life. But
Lutch, are you claiming to be currently red pill? You are not red pill at all. You mean you just don't have that vibe?
Yeah,
what do you mean by red pill?
Exactly. Right. So, like,
I don't know. One of these kind of guys who, like, I don't know, into using women because he doesn't believe that they.
No.
You don't come across as someone who's trying to be macho.
No, yeah, exactly. Not macho. You come across as like sort of like a hippie kind of guy.
Right. And so exactly
the
that.
Doesn't help.
Learning what doesn't help?
the huge Gatorade jug of kratom.
Oh well, okay. Hey, it is what it is. But that's I think the underlying thing of why there are definitely some young men who do need the descriptors of the red pill.
Yes, pseudonyms back.
Because
this guy really wants Dr. Gray. Sort of.
That's right. That's right.
That's paid enough money. Okay?
Jesus Christ.
Your opinion, is a simp someone blue pill that treats you even, or do you prefer red pill where you subordinate? Is that the difference, or do you look to marry both positions? Color that, bitch.
Color that. I have never really interacted with someone who is a pure simp. A simp is an internet term, and I have a lot of simps, and I think they're very funny, and most of it's ironic, like, I want to suck your toes or whatever. I like that.
I'm sure those people that say that are definitely saying it ironically, Grace.
Well, I did sell one foot pick for $100, but apart from that,
those are rookie numbers. You're a fucking female. One.
Oh, you try to sell a picture of your stinky feet for $100. See how much you
get. Yeah, man.
So what do you prefer? Color
red
that.
pill where you're subordinate? I mean, yeah, I prefer a dominant guy, but red pillars are just like fake alpha males. They're not really.
Yeah.
You can dominate them in 2 seconds, and most of the time they like that. So.
Well, I think red pill has fallen out of favor recently. Like they definitely fall out of favor. You can also look at things like Jordan Peterson too. He was really fundamental in his time, but then you look at what happened to him. So I think a lot of things like this just kind of come and go.
What happened to him?
Yeah, but I mean, say what you will about him, he did a great thing at that time to draw awareness to the nonsense. But then he should have just stayed there in that lane. But then he branched out and did all the stuff now. Now every time I see this motherfucker, he's on some show crying. It's he's fallen from grace.
Sold out to Ben Shapiro too.
Yes, he joined. That was a huge big mistake.
Who among us hasn't, though? If you think about it, I think that's understandable to sell it to Ben Shapiro. Well, okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I do on IDF. Yeah, if they give me enough money, absolutely.
Exactly.
Hasbara.
So I think the same thing happened. With the red pill. The red pill had its like peak, and it's now it's kind of dying off.
Andrew Tate is genuinely charismatic, right? I mean, women are going to say like,
this
guy's a little extra. But the red pill guys who are trying to adopt Andrew Tate's philosophy, who just didn't have the charisma.
Well, not only the charisma, the resources, right? Like Andrew Tate's lifestyle is not attainable by the majority of men in the world.
It's not the lifestyle.
So it's not a prescriptive.
It's the personality with Tate. He could be broke as fuck, and he'd be pulling.
Yeah, but no. My point. That's not my point. My point is all the guys that are following him in their head, they're thinking like, if I do everything just right, I can achieve this. Right, that's what I mean by that.
It's like looking at it masculinity as a video game.
That's a pickup artist.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Because that's fucking.
Red Pill came from the pickup artist scene in the early 2000s. That's how I got started.
The problem is masculinity is not like a video game that you get like points, like, and you learn stuff and you, what do they call it? Level up. That's not really how masculinity works. You got to have a good relationship with your father on earth and in heaven. Then you get all the confidence you need.
And you have to go rescue your father in the belly of the beast.
Someone might
bring him out. Save him. Don't you know?
It depends on what you mean by no.
What do you mean by no?
Because like no, it's okay. Or no, what is this thing? It's like okay, but no.
I got that Daily Wire money. I don't have a room anymore. I just have a bed, a giant bed. I have to go in there and spelunk.
Do you
make
think
it every day.
Do you think Michaela killed him?
Hey, that's untoward. He might actually be dead. No one's seen JBP in like freaking months, and he was in like the ICU for like ages.
Michaela
I don't know what's.
Don't you know that if you are burning out, you can't help your own person? It's like the lobster.
No, Andrew Tate is like that guy. What's that guy? Not the guy whose son got in trouble for like almost killing someone in boxing. Rampage Jackson. He's just naturally funny. You could say, oh, it's all about his resources. He is just a naturally very funny, charismatic guy.
No, I never said it was about his resources. I mean,
you didn't. But I'm just saying that guy is not red pill. He's just masculine.
He's just a black guy.
Sometimes, do you guys ever feel like no one really gets Andrew Tate though? Like, I feel like this is my vibe that Andrew Tate is like most of what he does is like a bit.
Yeah,
like,
he's a comedian.
Yeah,
he's a comedian. Obviously, going around saying
people will like either rage on him,
there's
like,
many people that just take everything he says as exactly what he means and serious.
Yeah, like you know, he's talking about like how he carries a sword with him throughout his house and stuff. Like that's hilarious. But people will see that and they'll think it's like a legit thing. It's like I'm like, is the whole world crazy?
I love when they smoke their cigars and there's a huge blowtorch. It's ridiculous. You know? So it's like James Bond lair or something, you know.
I think Aiden Ross got that. I don't think Aiden Ross took him that seriously. I think he thought he was like a funny guy.
He's a comedian. He's very funny.
But Aiden Ross would have like puppy dog eyes when the two of them were together. Like
I know. But did you see when he like sniffed Andrew's seat after he got up? Like,
do your Andrew Tate, Chris.
How many Bugattis you got? I don't know. I need a water bottle. I'm getting out of the Matrix.
And so then, Burgers
I have a stomach ache right now. I'm not in my top.
He did some untoward things, to be sure. You know, to be sure.
They loved it.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
I think he did untoward things unallegedly. Okay, not illegal things necessarily, but untoward things.
The lover boy method should not be considered in HT. I still kind of shitty generally, but it should not be in the same category as, shackled and gun to your head.
Well, no, but as Ben said like a few hours ago when we started talking about this, if you are promising someone marriage, that is low-key fraud, right? Like that's a little, especially if you get them into a different country.
I mean, how stupid are you?
Yeah, but are we gonna go prosecute every guy that's like used like I love you, baby, and then just get in some girl's pants? We're gonna go prosecute all those guys.
A Romanian cam house with like armed guards, that's a little different.
I get
Ethically, sure, but Confluence. Then, if we bring it to the law, which is the HT, human T, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's a legal term. And so, then where do we draw the line? What if I matched with this girl on whatever, and then I saw her in real life, and I was like, ugh. I'm really into it. But I flew her out. I told her I wanted to get married, and then I changed my mind.
Yeah, as long as you didn't take her
straight to the gulag. Straight to the gulag. You should be prosecuted, put under the prison. You should be under the prison, sir. How dare you?
Unfortunately, have a hard out, and it is in fact a few minutes ago. So nice having you on.
Thank you for having us.
God bless you guys.
Before we fucking leave.
By the way, I'm still mad at you for not. I'm still mad at you for not asking that question the other day with that Jewish guy on you.
With the Jewish, look, so many people.
I had a very specific question.
Everyone had a specific question for the Jewish.
I know you read it. I watched your eyes scroll the chat and read it, and you chose to ignore it.
I told you, I don't know if I told you this, but so part of my Daily Wire sponsorship is that I have to go on stream with a Jewish man once a month, and he has to be presented in a positive light. And that's kind of ambiguous.
Thank you, K2. K2 is in my chat. He says he unsubbed from you and came here to my stream. So there you go.
Yes, me too.
Okay, last question. Pseudonym still wants to know. Grace, you're a 2 out of 10 blue pilled, but a 3 out of 10 red. I don't know what that means, Pseudonym. I don't know if Grace knows what that means. If you had to maybe rank the pills, I'm not really sure. Okay.
I think the question is talking about looks. If somebody's a 2 out of 10 with their blue pilled, or a 3 out of 10 with their red pilled, which doesn't really make sense because she already kind of said that she was leaning towards red pilled anyway. But I think
I'm very confused by this measuring metric.
Is that my Discord handle is Grace M. Thorpe. Hit me up there, and I will sell you a foot pick half off discount price. Okay.
Let's go.
$50.
Wait,
that's
Mo,
so cheap.
Mo, you gotta
rate us to Mo channel. I will rate you guys to Mo.
Are you
live?
Hanging out there. What?
Are you paneling?
I have a panel up. I'm going to be doing some gaming, but if you want to come over and chat, you can.
I'm stuck with my fucking. I got a strike, and so I'm just.
You got a strike? What the hell did you do? Don't bring that shit over here. Don't bring that shit over here.
I'm just.
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's do a dilly.
Right.
And
bless you guys.
I'm gonna put it.
Go to Mo, subscribe to Mo, and Venmo. Indian Jesus. Where's your Cash App? There it is. Venmo at the Indian Jesus.
I'm Cash App, guys. They fucked with me, and that means they will fuck with you. Other than this week live, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, I am debating Circa, who was on this panel about abortion on Saturday. So we will get it done. Thank you. Until next time, we out of here.
See you guys. See you, Patrick, Lalo, Section 230, Podesta, all other chatters, Burgess, and by IJ. Go to Moe's.